chat. Welcome to session 12 of Terminal, where we get to welcome in our third arc with a new player.
Hooray!
Huzzah!
I'm now looking at the
Five-man
memes.
band just wasn't working with four.
Yep. Now I'm also now just staring at the memes channel and being distracted. Okay, anyway, back to the game. So after everything that happened last time, we're gonna start off at a nice, calm night at the Last Rites, where everyone's there for now. Though Foundry knows he's gonna have a shift protecting the strike pretty soon, because that's a big one right now for steel workers in the city.
Oh, are they striking?
They're striking.
We do love our strikes.
Yep. Where, thanks to some more of the infamy you guys have gained, the boogeyman and good spirits need to actually keep an eye on the bar a lot more. The mob's been sending people after it, and if one of you shows up in an alley, they'll get spooked. But otherwise, they will cause problems.
I mean,
Yep,
I definitely.
Why we're arranging a meeting.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely putting time in each night to keep people scared around the bar.
Mm-hmm. A meeting is being arranged, but the two of you are still negotiating what exactly the terms are and going through loopholes about someone disturbing the peace for this meeting. As Good Spirits now actually has official authority and responsibility, and that means that, people you're trying to meet with are like, okay, what are the promises your knights aren't there? What about your allies? Where are we meeting? Yada, yada, yada.
So it sounds like that's not happening anytime soon.
Not this session.
That's fair.
It's a work in progress.
Mm-hmm. But yep, besides the problems with the mob, the bar has been popping ever since, George has started bartending. Though he's a little busy right now, so, not his shift and all that.
Yeah.
So it's Rocco behind the bar. Probably one Tom getting drunk and the other Tom staying sober because he has to pilot a giant mech soon.
Yeah, Tom and Tommy.
I do enjoy that we completely accidentally did that.
It's fantastic.
Me and my superpower being having to drive.
And main thing is, yeah, lots of people are coming in. You're getting real popular, and sometimes people are calling in on the phone, asking like awkward questions.
Like what?
Like they're just implying things about the bar that like a lot of times it sounds like kids trying to play pranks. There's a good question of where they got the number. It's like, hey, there's some weird dog running around causing all sorts of problems. It's giant. It's red. Can you guys help me out with that?
Wait, are they?
Clifford existed this time.
Yeah, when was Clifford invented?
Oh, I know what's. Hold on. Out of character, I think I know what's going on. They sound childlike, right?
Yep.
Are they looking for Tom, perchance?
Some of them, yes.
Okay, the first Clifford the Big Red Dog book was published in 1963.
Yep.
No, it's what's his name? Mogwin? The hunter dog.
Yeah. He's green, but he's full of illusions and nonsense.
I mean, out of character, these are fairies calling us, guys.
Yeah, there are some that are definitely fairies calling you and not having any idea what the proper way to say things is. Especially considering sometimes you aren't the ones picking up the phone.
We need to set up. I was going to talk to Tom. Tom, we got we gotta set up a system here for this. My guys are getting weirded out by these phone calls.
Yeah, I didn't give them the bar's phone number.
I mean, can we
But-
like set up some sort of like Dropbox or something? Just leave
Yeah.
leave your message on like a stone in like a fairy circle or something like that.
Yeah, we can set something up. The just get someone to deliver the message system that I'd been relying on before doesn't seem to be how people like doing things or want to keep doing things. So
I
yeah,
think
let's set up a let's set up an area in the park that we'll claim as neutral ground that we can just get to and leave easy enough.
I also think, Nick, I may, if the bar keeps popping like this, I'm considering hiring like a manager for the bar. Since I'm starting to get busier and busier protecting it.
Mm-hmm.
And if we're making enough money, I think I can probably afford to pay a manager.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I
So
have
I'll,
to leave just to laugh right now.
Thank you, Izzy. But it's time where someone new walks in who, well, Ash, would you care to go?
Sure. Um, someone walks in who's very much trying to stick to the outskirts of the bar, gets a drink, as to not be drawing more attention, but at first just seems to be like scanning over the bar, trying to pinpoint employees, regulars, and after a couple minutes, she kind of starts looking more at the three of you as you kind of hang out in this particular section of the bar. She's got a notepad that she occasionally scribbles something in before she just kind of seems to steel herself and go up to, I'm gonna say, the bartender.
That would be me.
Yep. And go, um, you wouldn't happen to be Rocco Morselli, the proprietor of this place?
Depends who's asking.
Ah, uh, she kind of extends her hand for a handshake and says, Ruth Ann Lives. Pleasure.
Can you type the name out just so I can
Yeah.
see it? Thank you.
You
That
can
is
also drag
very
your icon
fair.
in for this.
Sorry, dragon icon, did you
Yeah,
say?
you could drag in your character icon, which has your name as a nameplate.
That is very fair.
Technology.
We have it. I'm gonna
Good
put
job
it
on
here
that,
because I'm
bud.
talking to you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Ruth Ann, huh? Nice to meet you, lady. Yeah, I'm Rocco. What can I do for you?
Owner of this bar, have you happened to how best to put this? Encounter persons more versed in the unusual?
Well, this is Chicago, lady. A lot of unusual things happen here. You have to be a lot more specific than that.
Sorry, forgive me. I thought you preferred things discreet around here. I believe they're going by the terminal.
And I just kind of slightly put down the glass. I'm like, now that's interesting that you mention a name like that. I might have heard some things, but tell me, where'd you pick up that name?
Well, I'm a reporter by trade, so it's kind of my business to know, you know?
Which rag?
Chicago Tribune.
Oh, actually, I'd like to just try to remember. Is she responsible for any of the choice articles we've had written recently?
I'm going to leave that up to Ash, but I default to no.
God, no.
Okay.
You're making some very wrong assumptions.
No, I just want to be sure for roleplay purposes.
Oh no, no, that's so fair. That's so fair.
Like, yeah, they do some good work sometimes. Other times, some of those pieces, what's the term? Libel? Feels,
I mean, you can just call it all applesauce, personally. I mean, they put freaking Adam on every goddamn front page.
all right.
Sorry. He's just not really much of a wordsmith, you know?
That's fair. Well, let me ask, why you asking?
Well, I suppose there's lots of different reasons. I'm trying to get a fuller picture of them. I mean, the number of people in the group ranges from like 5 to 100, but I feel like that's not really accurate, and that's a lot of different numbers being thrown around. I mean,
Tell me, it's an interesting accent you got there. Is that Irish? I hear.
I'm American, same as anyone else. Nice place for a ball, by the way, right out of pretty much anyone's hair.
Yeah, we try to lay low. Well,
I mean, it's
look, this is it's a place I set up for those who need somewhere to go, you know? But as for your
so
question,
people. Oh, sorry, go on.
sorry, but your question about a terminal. I'm a bartender. I hear things. Just I gotta know why you're asking. And yeah, I know you're a reporter, it's your job, but even then, what's the angle, huh? Why does someone want to report on this now, especially when it seems your colleagues have done plenty reporting on Terminal already?
Well, listen, you got to take control of your own story, or someone else will write it for you. And as I see it, the terminals have basically let other people write their stories. Like, say, the conductor, for example. It's very ballsy and brazen going up straight to Mr. McQueen and asking for a personal interview and all that. But honestly, you're lucky. You're lucky that your lot only got called commies and unionizers. It could have been a lot worse.
I'm sorry, you lot? What are you implying there, lady? I just
I
hear
mean,
news.
oh, no, no, I'm not saying, I'm just saying, listen, if supers are coming to your bar, you have to know about them. I figured you're friendly.
Again, they've frequented here before. Again, this neighborhood's even protected by a few of them. Since,
Oh, yeah, the boogeyman.
ooh, you've heard of him, huh? Spooky guy.
Yeah. Fan of fireworks, I hear.
That's a way of putting it. So, you're interested in telling the true story of Terminal, huh? Is that it?
Among other things, but let's pencil me in for that.
Well, I do have ways of reaching them. It's
If you give me that bloody phone number, I'll have to decline.
phone number.
I'm looking. There was an ad in the paper. That's not really helpful. I mean, it's obviously fake.
Do I know what you're out of character? What you're referring to?
No, you do
I'm-
not. This is something one of you did.
Is this an Izzy? Did Izzy pull an Izzy?
It's usually an Izzy.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I didn't put an ad in the paper for a phone number.
I'm sorry. Do you have a copy of that story with the phone number? I must say I'm not aware of this.
Let me see. And she digs through her bag, and there's a lot of different back issues, not only of the Tribune, but a couple different papers. And she finally leafs through and pulls out the relevant article and hands it over to you. Slides it across the bar.
All right, I'll pick it up and flip through. What do I see?
I feel
Oh,
like
for-
Nick would be better at describing this
First
than
answer
I.
is me having to remember to unmute myself while I'm eating.
Oh yeah, I was waiting for Nick there.
Yep.
Okay,
So,
cool.
simple, like, 4th, 5th page advertisement saying, if you got something spooky or criminals are getting you down, call Terminal! Exclamation point, exclamation point, and it's the number for the bar.
I swear to God, is he?
I mean, that doesn't feel like something that Mr. Conductor would have written, because I don't think Mr. Conductor would have included the if something spooky.
You know what this actually feels like out of character, guys. This feels like capitalism.
It probably actually is capitalism.
Out of character, it absolutely is capitalism. It was his trying to keep helping, and from the background.
Aww.
That said, in character, I'm absolutely going to blame Izzy first.
I actually think it is capitalism, even in character. Like, I just grumble a minute. I'm like, don't believe everything you read in the papers. All right, look. You seem. I actually would like to make a roll here. And feel free to tell me what you will of this, Ash, but I want to just make an intuition roll about you. Just to see where my gut's kind of telling me like what your intentions are. So I'm going to do intuition, investigation, and we're in green, I assume, right? I will take from Nick's silence. We are.
That you are, and now I can finally unmute myself because I'm no
Wow,
longer
that was
muted.
a fucking good roll. Jesus. With those dice. Oh god, that's a max roll.
Nice, baby!
Hey!
And it's on something
Jesus
near
Christ.
worthless. Yay.
I mean, that is how this goes.
Yep.
That is how all RPGs go. The
Okay.
the more unimportant a role is, the better it will be.
So
Always.
yeah, that's a success. I guess I would ask if you're willing to like kind of share it, like what intentions do I get from you? Unless you're trying to like hide them.
No, I would say that you get the feeling that she very much is very, very curious about this group. That definitely is true. But you can tell kind of from her words and demeanors, there's also a bigger, like more pressing reason why she's here, and you might think back to when she kind of rifled through her bag to figure out her papers. She was very close to careful to keep that kind of close to her chest as she moved everything around.
All right. All right. Well, I do have some connections. I might be able to get you a meeting with these terminal guys. I'm not sure that's tell you what. Why don't you enjoy the bar here? And in fact, I pour her a drink on the house. And let me see what I can do with a couple calls.
Thank you kindly, sir.
And I'm gonna kind of like head to like go by my business, head to the back, but kind of motion for the Toms to join me discreetly at the back.
When would Tom's ever not be discreet?
Hey, I am somewhat discreet when I'm not in the mech,
You were
which is
surprisingly
very
stealthy.
rarely.
You were surprisingly stealthy in the mech.
I mean, Tom has snuck up on people before.
I mean, to be fair, the one I'm worried about not being discreet isn't here, so this is fine.
What? No, he's so
Yeah.
discreet.
So basically, this is private powwow time. All right. So you guys heard all that too, right?
What in the hell is some spook from the paper doing here?
I don't think she means malice, though. Got a pretty good read on her, and she is curious. I think she might be on the level with what she at least wants to know the truth of things. Could be a good time to, if we're careful, at least, give our side of the story in a way that they're not just gonna like lambast us.
And person for and person from the paper might also have some info they can share with us. They kind of come across a lot more of it than we do.
I think. What do you think? I think it's worth the risk. At least, look, we meet her in costume.
All right, but we got to be careful about this. I don't want this backfiring.
Well, why don't we do this? You got to go to your shift anyways on the strike, right, Tommy?
Yeah.
So why don't you just hang out at the bar till then, be non-discreet about it, and Tom and I can meet with her. Conductor shows up, he'll end up there. But the two of us can be pretty discreet about things when we need to be.
Well, I don't like it, but
I mean,
I guess it is what it is.
the other option showing up in the mech outside the bar if you want, but that's not exactly a low profile,
No, you two are probably the right call.
All right. Let's just make it look like we're busy for a bit, and Tom, I think you can be good at getting her outside. I mean, after all, I never met a lady who didn't like a cat.
Yeah, I can take care of that. And I think Tom is going to switch back to being a cat. And Ash, what do your character has, like hat, bag, etc.?
Yeah, she's got hats. Oh wait, I'm not. Okay, no, sorry. I thought I didn't unmute, and that would have been cringe. Has a hat with a little press uh sign on it. Bag for papers, and she's also got a notebook and pen she has out and is actively scribbling on.
Okay. A cat, I think it is a cat is going to jump down from the rafters, snag your hat in its mouth as it falls to the bar, and then run out the door with it.
Yeah, I'm gonna at the same time make my way towards whatever back alley we had basically decided before this that we would meet her in.
I'm obviously going after the cat because I like that hat, damn it. Sean, you probably notice once you actually pick up the hat that it has like several bullet holes in it.
Good to know. But yeah, when get to alleyway, we'll drop hat, jump up to jump up and leave by hopping onto trash cans, then up onto a roof, and then a few seconds later, good spirits will drop down into the alley.
Yeah,
Jesus. Go
and
for it.
and things get kind of misty as he does so, with the boogeyman stepping out of the shadows next to him. All right. My associate tells me you wanted a meeting, Miss Reporter Lady.
Ruth M. Lives, Chicago Tribune. Nice to meet you. Mr. Boogeyman, I presume.
The boogeyman is fine. This would
Good
be my.
spirits. I guess I have a bit of less of a name around here.
You shouted something about good spirits once or twice, but honestly, I and some other reporters couldn't really make out whether or not that was your name or whether you just liked booze.
Yes,
That's fair. Both are accurate.
both are true. So, you're the first person that's actually tried to investigate us without trying to come for our lives, and that does get our attention. Why look into us?
A couple of friends of mine said that you're not as bad as people seem to say. Um, I believe he's more of Mr. Cia's friend, but Mr. Marty Sloan said that you was good folks.
Looks like that relationship with Marty paid off after all. Feel like
How's he doing these days?
feel like I lost a bet to Mr. C or something. I didn't even make one. All right, yeah. If you're Marty's friend, I think we can talk. So what do you want to know, lady?
All right. So okay, there's a lot of questions. Let's see. What would you say the actual size of your team is? And also, is it true that you actually ended up killing Mr. Seamus Keeley? And during the breakouts, would you say that that was more overdone to? uh, Well, I feel like the breakout sword didn't really do too much damage personally, but I feel like I'm not getting the full story of that either. Um, she kind of rounds over to you, good spirit. Did you actually feed a child a concoction of your own during an art gallery show?
I mean, yeah, they needed a little bit of a boost to get out safely.
What was in it?
Yeah, just a little bit of energy, a little bit of kick, just something good for them, and might have hands glow while gesture for this.
So is this child gonna be all right now, or is he part ghost?
The child will be fine. Nothing permanent would have been done with that.
Look, I don't want to get into too many details with some of those questions because I'm going to be honest with you. Some of those details could make our lives and other people's lives a lot more in danger than they are right now. We've done a lot over the last few months to try and deal with some major problems in this city. How much do you know about the crime families of Chicago?
I mean, what does anybody know about the crime families of Chicago? I mean, I hear that war's brewing. Everybody and their uncle seems to know that much.
I nod. Exactly. One thing we've been trying to do very actively is prevent such a war from happening. We don't want to see the streets of Chicago run red with blood. And our actions till now have been to avoid that and try to deal with the problem in a way that keeps people safe.
Mm. Would you say you or Mr. Conductor is more of the brains behind the operations?
I don't know if I'd say either of us have a great deal of brains.
Sure, I suppose that's more Foundry's speed.
Yeah, he's couldn't be here. We thought the mech would be a little conspicuous.
Her face actually does drop a lot when you say that, and she goes, "Shame, I had some real important questions I needed to ask him."
Another night for that one, I'm afraid.
If you give them,
Miss
if you
Lives.
give them to us, we can also see about handing them down to him.
Yeah.
Well, it's not. I feel like it's something. Inventors really need to see things in person, don't they, to understand the mechanisms behind it.
What, you got something? You got something for Foundry to look at?
Yeah. Something that can't really get off my person.
Interesting.
Well, if you want to if you want to give us a look, I can describe it to him.
I mean, I'm not sure how much looking would be very helpful.
Well,
I mean, when you look at it, that doesn't seem to be much, but it is much, you know?
yeah, we can. If it's important enough, we can probably get him out here.
I mean, if it's not.
Look, it could be worth looking at, but why don't we focus on the other questions right now? like I said, I can't answer some of those safely. I do want to let you know that we do things for the good of this city. We do things to protect people. And frankly, we're not terribly concerned about having a good reputation. Us doing our job doesn't need merit or reward, you know? If people are safe and not being killed in some gang war or victims of some crazy Russian man with weird magic dolls, then I can sleep well at night. Not that I sleep.
You've been doing this, the Boogeyman.
As a team, only a couple months. On my own, a couple years now. Like I said, it's
About the same for me.
it's better to be if you notice for my particular presence, it's better to be feared than revered. Keeps the bad guy's pants soiled at night. Someone who's scared
Yeah.
is much less likely to do something stupid or dangerous.
I'd say both have their uses.
She's scribbling in her notebook as you two talk.
Mhm.
I'll also see about discreetly summoning a spirit, something to go fetch Foundry.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we can fetch Foundry if this is important.
Yeah.
Foundry could easily have like a welder's mask that he can actually see through for not being in the mech.
Yeah. I assume he has kind of like a little pilot suit anyways that he uses.
Yeah, like I've got like a not like a costume, but my regular outfit is outlandish enough that it probably counts.
Mm-hmm.
My regular piloting outfit specifically.
Yeah, we can get you if you want.
Yeah, I'd say Getso can get the whatever wants to be shown to Foundry out of the way and move along that plot hook.
Well, I guess this turned out better than I was expecting. Miss,
Ruth on Lives. Mr. Foundry, I presume.
Oh, good. Oh,
That's
side
me.
note, does our fourth member show up now?
I don't know. I completely missed Ash's intro because I was called away, so I have no idea what's going on. So
We're basically in the intro.
We're being interviewed.
We're
You're
having
in
a
the
conversation
real
in an
intro
alleyway.
now.
I feel like you stepping in probably would work pretty well here.
sure. What do I know showing up today? Are we in the back room? Where are we?
You're in the back alley and
alleyway.
everyone's in costume.
In the back alley?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Sure. I guess Mr. Conductor will show up then.
Yay.
Yeah, you hear a train whistle and a guy who looks like this shows up.
Basically, the entire team is now here.
Mm-hmm.
Yay.
Yeah, this is basically all of us. We used to have another guy, but he hasn't been around a lot recently. Kind of a weird cuckoo cloudlander.
He shows
Oh,
up,
the one who's
drops things off at the bar, and then leaves without answering any questions.
Truth.
But yeah,
Izzy, are you also in costume?
Yes, I would definitely be in costume.
I think Izzy also has kind of like a magic thing where like he's got the Superman thing of his face, but you can't tell it's him.
Yeah. So wait, I'm sorry. Who is the new person when I see when I enter here? 'Cause I didn't
This is
feel-
also a good time for everyone to go around and describe what their characters currently look like, given that it's been a while.
Sure, yeah, we can, especially since you didn't hear the first session. So yeah, I'll start out. So The boogeyman is dressed in a very nice trench coat, rather new looking actually. With basically like a clean cut suit underneath it. The thing you notice is that my head is basically a blazing skull of green fire. And I kind of give off like this like weird greenish mist that like flickers like flame at times.
Hell yes.
But that's pretty much what I look like.
Currently, Foundry would be in what looks like and probably is a. Was the Air Force a thing in the 1920s?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, would have what appears to be some kind of like reclaimed or like surplus, like sort of like flight suit, and a slightly stylized welder's mask over his face. The only other oddity would be that there's like seems to be like some kind of something like kind of poking out from like his left shoulder. You can't see it under the pilot suit, but his shoulder kind of like creaks when it moves.
Noted.
Also, FYI, apparently the Air Force was created in 1947, but the foundings of it started 40 years prior.
Okay, close enough.
Yeah, I think flight suits are definitely a thing at this point.
Okay, yeah, so some kind of like secondhand flight suit.
Okay, I can go.
Mhm.
I do actually like the random game game character I'd found for using an image of just being shockingly appropriate. Uh, and this form of good spirits will be human. It will be appear to be human. Wearing some like older dark color clothes, has a fur-lined cloak on top of that. His cloak also has a hood that basically has cat ears on it, and underneath the hood, a mask is also being worn. He's carrying a stick. He's also carrying a lantern with him.
Nice.
The fact that I just found a
Good
video game
image.
character that looks like that's their appearance was the thing of just like, oh, this is perfect.
Winning.
And Mr. Conductor looks like a proper train conductor in a navy blue suit with, lapels, collar, tie, train conductor's hat, and has a pocket watch and a whistle. And whenever he blows into the whistle, you notice that tunnels will just start opening up, and train tracks will just lay wherever he is, and space kind of warps around him. And then a train shows up with a face on it, and only he can talk to them.
Excellent. There is a woman in a fairly simple suit with a hat that has been shot to hell, holding a bag and in one hand and notepad that she's scribbling in furiously. As she just kind of seems to take in the two new arrivals. Um, Looks at your whistle, Mr. Conductor, and goes, "Oh, Mr. Conductor, then I presume."
Yes. And you are?
Oh, she kind of dusts off her hand, offers it to you, and says, "Ruth Ann Lives, reporter of the Chicago Tribune."
You're just in time, Mr. C. We're getting interviewed for the paper and everything.
What was the name you gave?
Ruth Ann Lives. It's
Ru-
in general.
Race and Lives.
Ruth Ann Lives.
Ruth Ann Lives. Okay. Oh,
She seemed.
and you're just a reporter?
Yeah, that's. I mean,
I'm asking out of character. Are you in a costume or are you?
oh, no, very clearly wearing straight clothes.
Okay. Well, very nice to meet you, Miss Live. I didn't realize we were scheduled for some kind of interview today. Is something going on? I believe my last communication with the Chicago Tribune did not go as expected.
Yeah, no, she poked around some of our haunts, and my associate said she seemed pretty on the level. I figured this could be a good time to give her our side of the story, the actual story.
Would be good to set the record straight. I know Mr. McQueen must be, terribly busy, but he did seem to leave much to be desired in his last publication.
And honestly, you got scraped out pretty lucky with them lot. Um, you kind of had the whole office in a bit of an uproar.
Who, me?
Yeah.
How? I scheduled a meeting and I was there promptly on time. I thought they would be, happy with that.
No, his personal secretary thought that you were raving mad till you showed up. We kind of were concerned that you were gonna do vigilante heroism, and she does air quotes around that phrase, at the office proper.
No, I mean, you could ask all of my associates. If there's one thing I will not abide by, it's vigilantism.
Oh no, Martin Sloan says that you're a good lot, but that doesn't mean that everybody gets that first impression, you know?
I feel like I need to roll to keep a straight face.
I need to roll out of character to not laugh out of character.
Do you have deception, Wax?
No, I don't.
Stealth.
I think I'm not gonna. I think I'm just gonna like even the cinders that are currently in my eyes definitely roll in their sockets at that statement.
Rather impressive.
Yeah, exactly.
They're
10 out
fire.
of 10, 10 out of 10. No, but Martin Sloan says that you're good people. Mr. C, would you say that that you or the boogeyman were more of the leader of the team?
I like to think that I would inspire people, not just within our group, but throughout the city of Chicago. And I'm sure the boogeyman feels the same way. We want to inspire justice and goodness throughout Chicago, so people can be their best selves. Isn't that right, boogeyman?
Ruth just slides her eyes over to the boogeyman, just slowly writes something in her notebook, and seems to hum to herself.
And I'm gonna say, Mr. C is very passionate about what we do.
No, I got that pretty much. I mean, not everybody would do a drop off at the city's office, for one.
I think it's really funny out of character. I think your statement's really funny out of character, considering you missed the first half of this interview and what I said.
It's fantastic. It makes it better.
It does.
It's so much better.
You're gonna hear it at some point.
Will
But
you,
no, I
though?
can tell Mr. C is fairly passionate about all this. I mean, and very few people would go and do a personal drop off at the city hall. Is it true that that was a bomb?
Well, I don't believe it was actually a bomb. It was definitely a device, but I believed that Chicago's finest and the red tape had the sufficient resources to help us with that because there were lives that could potentially have been lost within the city limits. And I knew that they would be able to help rectify that situation.
Mr. C is, as might be obvious, very trusting and believes in the good in people.
I thought that was obvious, yes.
Mr. Foundry, I gotta say, is it true that you built that suit yourself?
I sure did. Yeah. It took some time, but realistically, I don't have any fancy ghost powers and whatnot, like or trains and things like these folks do. So I make do with what I got.
No, he's just being humble. He has intelligence and passion for what he does.
The
You have
can't
heart.
disagree with Mr. C about that. The fact that
Um,
Foundry's as his mech's as good as it is and reliable as it is amazing. Greatest technological marvel I've ever seen.
Mr. Foundry, I know it's not exactly your specialty, but how versed are you in identifying guns?
That's a not to pun not intended. That's a bit of a loaded question. not that Ruth would know that.
I mean,
I'm
Always intend your puns.
I've got a little bit of knowledge in it. I can't say I'm an expert.
would would you be all right with confirming something for me?
Sure. What do you got?
She is going to rifle through her bag, and pull out a revolver. That looks fairly ordinary, save that there's some inscribing on the top of the barrel that you can't make out at this distance, as she kind of just like leaves it, has her palms open, and has the gun like resting in her hand in front of you.
Nick, does the gun look familiar?
So, yes, in that the one from your backstory definitely had those same markings, though you're pretty sure it was a different manufacturer than this. But boy, does that look very similar. It's like Colt versus Remington for revolvers or something, but otherwise you're like, those are the same runes, that's the same rough size.
Where in the
Oh,
hell
if
did
there's
you get
runes,
that?
I'm going to look at it.
I think you have to repeat that, Dan.
Oh, sorry. Where in the hell did you get that?
Well, as a reporter, I'm kind of going into a lot of places that aren't exactly on the up and up yet. And I normally take some type of precaution with me, on account of not wanting to be dead. And kind of during the fireworks show, I kind of lost my gun. So I was kind of floundering around about a bit, trying not to get spotted and all. And I found this one.
Where were you snooping around?
Um, unfortunately, shooting kind of happened fast, and I didn't really get to do much digging. If you catch my drift, and when I tried to go back there, it was kind of already cleared out.
How long ago was this?
Just going on a week.
Well, the base gun ain't quite the same, but I've seen a fancy rune engraved gun like that before.
Where did you say
On
you
the
found
comment
this?
about being rune engraved, I'm going to go and peek over
Where did
and
you say
see
you
if I
found
can
this?
tell what it is at all.
Mm-hmm. Well, good
I
spirits.
forget if we determined whether it was the Irish or the Italians that were involved in my thing.
You never did, but I've determined it.
Okay. I mean, I would assume I heard their voices, and I in character I would know who you'd picked.
Okay, no, in character, it's the Italians for yours.
Okay.
And good spirits. It's great that you've been brushing up on your Latin.
I've does everyone keep to Latin? Why was that the language that stuck around?
I think because the churches are a bit obsessed with them.
Obsessed with Latin or the runes?
Latin.
Yep.
Yeah, that
Well,
tracks.
Everything
do I
also
get to
sounds a
read
bit
what the
spookier.
do I get to read what the gun says at all, or can I make out the runes?
You can roughly make it out as a prayer to bring the punishment of the fifth to Earth.
Of the what?
Yeah, something about burning the punishment of the fifth. I mean, I don't really haven't really got a clue on who the fifth is, do I, Nick?
Okay, Sean, I'm just gonna give this to you. Circles of Hell.
Oh. Oh, that's one of the new religion thingies. And I'll mention the circles of hell as the after I say, one of those new religion thingies. You know, the like circles that afterlife that's has the
Oh,
circles of different punishment. Hell, that's what you guys call it, right?
hold on, Foundry. Someone with a what? Some? Are you saying some like demon or devil shot you?
I mean,
No, it was some asshole from the mob, from the Italian mob, but he sure had a gun that looked an awful lot like that.
Does that look familiar to me at all, or anything that rings a bell in my brain?
Give me an overcome, Wex.
Sure. I'm going to use my principal on this one. Principal of the Underworld. Let's do Criminal Underworld, and I feel like Intuition fits for this.
Mm-hmm.
Are we still in green?
You're still in green.
All right. Let's give it a shot. Let's see. I think 3 is. I'm gonna choose to fail.
You use a principal, you get your max die.
Oh yeah. So it's a success with a minor twist.
I think the answer. The bookman takes one look at it. You get a deep shudder, but you remember, yeah. Now that you're seeing with your eyes, there's an enforcer of the mafia who has a fair number of guns like that.
Like rune inscribed guns.
Rune inscribed just like that one. That like even when you were alive, it spooked you looking at that. And looking at this now, it hits you in the depths of your soul. As like, oh, that's bad news.
Do I know the guy's name or anything?
Antonini.
Antonini.
Yep.
Can you put that in chat, please?
Yep. Enforcer Antonini.
Yeah.
Ash,
Do you have a moniker or anything? The mafia doesn't always use monikers, so.
No. He goes by his name.
Enforcer Antonini.
Yeah, I've seen that before. There's an enforcer in the mafia who uses weapons like that. Scary guy,
Mm-hmm.
even for me.
Yeah. Last you knew, he had 2 handguns and 1 rifle that looked like that.
But we should probably talk about that a little more privately. Still, Miss Lives, thank you for bringing this to our attention. In general, any leads we can get related to the mob and the mafia are very much appreciated.
Well, as I said, I'm a fairly resourceful and curious person. I feel like we can help each other out reasonably.
I think that could be advantageous, especially if your heart's in the right place.
How's this for a deal? I can follow pretty much any lead that you want. I know you must have your own networks, but they can't reach everywhere. And like I said, I can get a lot of places. And in exchange, I want an exclusive interview. As many answers as you can give me within reason for not getting anybody more hurt, but I think there's a lot of answers that you can still give, even with that stipulation.
Yeah. All right. All right. Can you give us a second?
Yeah, sure.
Right.
And she puts the gun back in her bag and kind of like steps a few paces away. Clearly not enough space, but like it's an alleyway.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Let's just take a minute for the four of us to talk. So, what do you all think?
I mean,
She's
it
got,
seems,
Seems pretty reasonable.
she's got a lot of information she shouldn't have, but
She does. Even knowing about us in the first place is kind of suspicious. She named Mr. C. You missed it. She walked in and named us at the bar.
like our secret identities or our.
No, I don't think she. Well, I hope she doesn't know that. And if she does, I have a lot more questions. But she knew about our group name. She knew about Terminal. As far as I'm aware, that hasn't been widely reported yet. Am I right about that, Nick?
No, that's been pretty widely reported because of the paper that Mr.
Yeah,
C
hi,
reported then.
Never mind that. That's not sufficient. I redact what I said.
Yeah, don't forget, I dropped the bomb on the city about us pretty early.
Yeah, no, your name is
Yeah.
out there now.
But she did seem to know that we're somehow connected to this area, which means she's done her reporting. She's done her investigations.
Well, I mean, the Irish mob also has that assumption, so can't rule that out.
Ash, let me check out character. You're clearly doing an accent, right?
Yeah.
Is it very clearly an Irish accent?
It's Irish, but it's roughed up a bit.
Okay, that
Irish is a very fair guess, but she's clearly trying to downplay it a little.
okay. Yeah, so that is I'm like also again, you saw she dodged the accent question. Is
You asked about her accent? That's just rude.
Yeah, that's a bit mean.
Conductor, the Irish mob is literally out to kill us.
unknown
Yeah,
and
but that's not
dangerous.
everyone. That's not everyone from Ireland.
No, you're right, but it raises questions, you know? I'd ask the same if some strange Italian guy stepped in there, being a strange Italian guy myself.
At some point, I will figure out what my nationality is in character.
I have just been assuming Mr. Conductor is American.
Yeah,
I've assumed like a German Polish background.
yeah. Pardon.
I mean, I think everyone is probably like American except for Tom, who I don't think emigrated to this country legally.
Nothing about you is legal.
I was
Let's
going
be
to say, does
perfectly
that not make Tom the most American?
That's true. Tom is in fact made of crimes.
Actually, the most American would have been capitalism.
That's
That's
actually
Yeah.
very fair.
Well, like I said, just something I'm a little wary about, but I still think she's mostly on the level. I think the deal could help us, especially if she can get us some information that we can't exactly get ourselves.
Okay.
We can do some sneaking, we can get anywhere, but we don't always know what to look for. A reporter does.
I mean, we can always just keep an eye on her too. I mean, best case scenario is she does digging, helps us out, but she might end up in a little bit of, a bad situation. In which case, we will need to help her out.
Yeah, we could do that. And I don't think I think an exclusive interview isn't the worst thing in the world as long as we choose our words carefully. I say giving you a look, Mr. Conductor.
Completely goes over my head.
I know it does.
I seeing that it goes over your head. Look, nobody tells her anything anything important unless it gets cleared by the group. We need to be careful about this. I want to trust her, but
Yeah, especially how does she have that gun? And that you didn't tell me that's the gun that shot you. That's the same guy I'm thinking of. You have no idea how dangerous that man is, Foundry.
For reference, because you did good, Boogeyman. He is the type of person who goes out on his own and clears the building.
Yeah.
Oh God, it's a Spike Spiegel.
No, this is a John Wick.
Mm-hmm.
It's even worse.
Yep.
But it is, right?
Yeah, no, very much so.
Well, that's a problem for another day. I knew he was around. I just kind of want to know what you did to piss him off, Foundry. To be honest.
I
Or at
didn't
least
do
be on his
sh-
radar.
I didn't do shit. I wasn't even organizing much at the time.
Oh, wait a minute. I have a very important follow-up question then for that. Foundry, do you have a twin brother we don't know about?
No,
Are you sure?
sure as I can be.
Nick, is there somebody who looks exactly like Foundry somewhere within city limits?
That's you. It will take you far too long to actually find that, but I'm going to go with probably, given how things work. But like, looks close enough to pass. Almost everyone has people like that.
You could have just said, no, you have no idea, and I would have been happy with it.
No, it's going to feed Mr. C's paranoia that he just keeps noticing there's people who look like other people.
Damn it, now I have to roll for this. You suck, Nick. We're in green.
Yep.
Principle of order.
No, this is principle of paranoia.
I don't have that. I want the major twist.
God damn,
I'm going to say
Is the-
Mr. C finds a Foundry lookalike who's working, like, down at the docks. It's not the Irish's docks, but it's still down at the docks, and is now just sitting there watching him the entire day. Take -1 persistent hinder, Izzy, because Mr. C is now just constantly checking in on this guy.
You see me close my eyes for a second, they snap it open, just like, oh no. And then I'm just like absent for the rest of the conversation.
Okay. I'm like, well, Mr. C seems checked out or something. I think we have a consensus, though. Don't you agree?
I'm surprised it took him this long.
I think we're going to turn back to Miss Lives now. All right, Miss Lives. It is considered an olive branch, but sounds like we have at least a tentative deal. You help us out, we'll give you an interview, and as long as things look pretty good in whatever report you put out, I think we can maybe have a working relationship.
Stick. She kind of almost like throws her hands in the air, but very quickly like pulls them back down, head at her side, and kind of tries to like stand a little straighter. Coughs and says,
How old does your character look, by the way?
I'm gonna say like early 20s.
Does that make you like the youngest one here?
So Tommy's actually like 22, so about the same age.
Okay.
Hey!
Because Rocco is clearly in his like late 30s at least. I think Mr. C is close in age to Rocco.
I'm middle-aged.
Yeah, so you're about the same looking age as me.
I look older than you because you said you stopped aging.
Yeah, but it's only been for like 5 years or so.
So
Okay.
Mr. C looks in his early 40s rather than late 30s.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Tom.
I mean,
Tom is Tom.
yeah, I probably look on the younger scale, especially when you see a cat. You don't think that's a cat who's lived for hundreds of thousands of years.
Yeah, I'm like, so Miss Lives, if we would like to get in contact with you, do you have a phone number or some way you would like us to contact you?
I will be right back.
See. She tears out a page from her notebook, writes down a number, hands it to you, Mr. Boogeyman, and says, call there and ask for Ruth. They'll get the message to me.
All right. Well, any other questions before we end this meeting?
Is there a place you usually spend time in when you're writing your articles? Do you have like a home office?
I would work at the paper's main office.
Do you know the phone booth outside of the Tribune at the intersection of Fifth and Main?
Oh, love of God, again.
Yeah.
So, if at any point you need to get in contact with us, at 1:30 p.m., go outside, walk around that phone booth 3 times, counterclockwise, and then step in, and you will hear from us.
Times counterclockwise. She's writing this down furiously.
But
What if I need to get a hold of you before 1:30 p.m.?
oh, that's a good point.
I hold up my hand. You can just leave a message at the last rites. It'll get to us.
You can also try giving an alley cat some milk and a message.
Okay. I'm glad that I have multiple ways of reaching you. Mr. Foundry, do you have a particular means of communication you prefer?
Yeah, I can. Here, I can find a phone number for you. Just thoroughly fed up with all of the magic horse shit going on the rest of his team.
I mean, the leave a message at the bar, I think, is pretty valid.
Yes, but that's not the part that he has a problem with.
I said call the bar.
No, it's the cats and it's the fucking. I have people walking in circles around random shit.
He said use the phone. That's pretty reasonable.
Hey, I had a payphone involved in this one.
But not using the pay mode.
Right.
I didn't specify one way or another.
So good. Actually, Mr. Boogeyman, could you, before you head out, are you taking any precautions with Mr. Marcelli?
I'm keeping an eye on his place. I know
I
the
mean-
mob has been. I know the at least some of the criminal elements have know of our association a little more than I'm comfortable with. So I'm making sure that I keep extra attention around this neighborhood. After all,
Yeah.
the dead never sleep.
That's very well and good, Mr. Boogeyman, but I heard that he nearly got beat within an inch of his life. That's not a good way to take care of your people. Respectfully.
I nod. I'm like, nah, I get it. I should have showed up and acted sooner. I'm not gonna make sure that mistake doesn't happen again. Rocco's a tough guy. He can handle himself at least until I get there. Believe me, he'd tell you the same thing.
She's gonna kind of sigh, button her vest a bit better, and then say, "Well, if that's how you feel about it, I won't take up any more of your time."
I nod. I'm like, well, it was a surprising pleasure, Miss Lives. And just remember, keep safe at night. You never know what goes bump out there. And I think on that, I'm going to mist the area up till you can't see us anymore. And then when the mist clears, we're just all gone.
Three
That's
of you might be
so
gone.
thematic. I love it.
Well, the 3 of you might be gone. I'm just gonna stand there and just be like, where did they go?
Mr. Conductor, you're on your own track, and that's I can't tell if that's respectable or not, but it takes a lot of gumption.
Train joke.
Yep.
I think I'm also probably going to have just ended up back on the rooftops as a cat.
Yeah, but at least I gave you the exit to end up as a cat. I just said we're not there anymore.
Yeah. I appreciate that, Miss Lives. Do you need to be dropped off somewhere?
No, I'll make my own way. As stated, you have it says that you tend to keep to your schedule, and I don't want to waste your time.
Oh, no trouble at all. My trains are very flexible, I'll say. and I will blow my whistle, and the alleyway will stretch out as a pair of tracks appears behind me, and a train will pull up out of a tunnel that has appeared from nowhere, and I'll look at you and say, "All aboard." And if you don't
Her
choose,
eyes wide as saucers for a solid second before she just goes, "Oh, this is even better than the stories." As I will take up your offer to get a train ride.
okay, where do you want to go?
Probably Lincoln Park.
Okay, yeah. I close the door, and then I say, "Next stop, Lincoln Park." And then, like 5 seconds later, I open the door and say, "All off for Lincoln Park," and we're there.
Thank you kindly, sir. Was your train unusual at all on the inside, or was it just like standard train?
It looks like a standard train.
Did you look out the window?
Yeah, did you look out the window? Is the question,
110%.
Nick?
So there's a brief moment where you stare into a void of colors and stars and infinity, and then wait, what do you mean you're here?
Ah, oh, that's odd. Thanks again for the ride, Mr. C. Have a good one.
You too, Miss Lies. And I will, close up. The whistle will blow, and I will disappear around a corner in my little blue engine.
Mm-hmm.
Ruth is gonna walk off a little more into the park, kind of find a secluded spot, take out the gun, look at it for a second, and go. So come on, one of those are good people. You have to agree on that, right? And you're probably better off there than with me. It's just a lot of trouble. And then like frown, sigh, put the gun back in the bag, and walk off in a huff.
I'm so glad you're part of Team Magic Horse shit.
No.
So Nick, I was going to say I'd like to keep an eye on her for like the next hour or so to see where she goes, and I'm assuming because of how my power works, I have no idea what the fuck she just did.
You have no idea what she just did besides stand there talking to herself.
Can you even hear that? Like, I don't.
No, I can't.
Yeah, I don't think his powers work that
No,
way.
no. I think she's either jotting something down and looking at the gun. I'm like, okay, seems like a thing a reporter would do. Moving along.
Right, she's sort of standing in the park for a little bit.
But yeah, Ash, I'm so glad you're part of Team Magic bullshit. Dan is alone again.
I'm sorry,
We'll
Dan.
see.
I
We'll
was
see.
so close. I thought for one shining moment I might have someone who was,
You'll see. You'll see.
kind of fucking normal.
For all you know, you've got a little taste of magic with some of your powers.
I mean, yes, but like extremely weak metal bending is really not like what you people are.
Hey, you don't know anything. I am just a normal reporter, good sir.
Yes,
Clearly.
in character,
Completely
you're
normal.
totally just a normal, slightly suicidal reporter.
She's a normal reporter with a firearm that ate the human fruit.
Yeah, okay,
I
fair.
feel like the name of this issue, I'm calling it now, 6 sessions early, it's probably going to be Highway to Hell.
No, railway
hot.
to hell.
Yes, railway to Hiffle.
Yep.
God, come on, the Highway to Hell reference sounds better.
Oh my god. Okay.
All right.
Love it.
And now you have more magic backstory in your backstory, Dan.
I mean, I knew the gun was. We already established the gun was magic from the word go because it gave me metal bending powers somehow.
Now
Yep.
it's associated with hell.
That's true. Now it's associated with hell, which is just
Doesn't that make
That's
you
a
feel
thing.
so much better?
I feel so safe now. So very safe.
Look,
Oh,
what
I don't
bad
know.
things
I feel
could
like
a
that's
gun
an
ever
unimportant
do?
realm. I mean, that's an unimportant realm. You don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, nothing bad ever happens in hell.
I'm pretty sure I was gonna go there.
I mean, you're probably still gonna go there.
Oh, almost certainly.
Are you guys still in character talking about this?
No, is that again?
No, this is just player rambling.
Yep.
Yep.
But next up we come to mid-afternoon. Where Foundry is helping protect the steelworkers striking because yeah, that's a very peaceful part of the city.
Oh, are you actually protecting them as Foundry?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
I that was how I got my superhero start, was like showing up to protest with the mech and like protecting the protesters.
Nice. You have to be real popular with the police then.
Oh, I am extremely popular with the police.
Don't forget him.
There's a reason why Foundry was on Team ACAB at the start.
Yes.
Also,
At the
all
start.
of you heal yourselves back up to full.
Cool.
Yay.
Are we not healed?
Foundry isn't right now.
I can't see us. That part of the map is blacked off.
Yeah, yes, it is. You should drag yourselves into the part of the map that's light because it's a question of what are you doing? Well,
There's
Foundry
two
is-
of me. No, there isn't.
No, I need that. I need that. It's important for a reason.
You don't need to track initiative. Fuck you.
Sorry if I stole the one from my initiative tracker.
You did. I didn't realize
I
you
saw
guys would be able to
myself
see
on
that
the
in the
map, and I'm
shadows.
just like, okay.
See, I was just gonna show up in my civilian identity to
I'll
help
see
out.
but this is the middle of the fucking day. Actually, there's a nice cafe across the street. Let me reveal that one. You could be in the nice cafe.
Can you give me the cat icon?
Motherfucker.
What?
No, just if you go into the cafe as a cat and you steal shit.
Yeah.
Oh shit, where's the
Can I have the cat icon currently, actually? Because we never really set one up. I think you dragged it out once.
Oh, I guess I'll
probably.
drag Rocco out right now.
Yep. Because it's a question of like, what are you doing as the protest is going on?
Well, I mean, I was gonna show up and support Foundry and his civilian guys if that was the case, but if he's actually showing up in his mech, I'm just gonna be like, I don't know any other metal workers, so I will just
1 minute.
fuck it. I'm good. What time of day is it?
It's like mid-afternoon.
Is the bar open?
For milkshakes. You mean like the last rites? You guys want it to be open.
If it's noon, it probably isn't. Honestly,
Okay.
I don't think like we open up to like 3 o'clock.
Yeah, it's probably like 3-4 p.m.
Oh, so it's probably just starting to open up then.
Yep.
Nick, is this by chance anywhere near my train shop?
No, this is like just. This is actually in the industrial district, but it's near your train shop.
Okay, fine.
Just
I'm
in
in
the
my train
industrial
shop.
district. There's a big old protest going on. You guys have a bunch of allied minions along with Greasy Pete and Creek.
I feel like I'm trying to think what reason I would have to be here. Because I usually let Foundry kind of just go do his thing when it comes to this, you know? This isn't exactly a place the boogeyman usually needs to appear.
Because you guys now have Foundry's doing it publicly as himself and the Irish mob's going after you.
Good point. I am hidden as the boogeyman in the shadows.
Very
Yeah,
nice job.
I'm going to be getting free food from the cafe.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to keep an eye on things, get like a lay of the land, watch for any like danger happening.
plenty of people are
I've
happy
also-
to feed the cat.
Yep,
I'm doing.
I have also changed the name of the cat icon.
God damn it, Sean.
Love it.
Prince of cats. Prince of cats.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, oh, you're right. You didn't actually hear the last session, so you don't know how accurate a title that is.
I have Spark Notes. Spark
Okay.
Notes version.
Like, I have told Ash what's gone on in sessions.
Ah,
Would,
okay.
would you like a copy of? I can't give you a copy of my notes actually because they have me specific things in here.
Yeah, don't worry about them. I got somehow through the miracle of 2 speed on YouTube. I got through episodes 2 through 8 fairly quickly. So
Yep.
Oh God.
Also, Ash, is Ruth gonna come and report on the strike and protest?
oh, 100%. I can't find my icon though, so I'm just gonna drag in a new
You
one.
can drag yourself in from the character sheet.
Okay, cool. But
You-
yes, no, she is definitely here as reporting.
All right, so you're gonna be on this side. The black line denotes zones for when that's
Ah,
definitely not gonna matter at all ever.
it won't. It'll be fine.
Everything's fine.
Zones are never important.
Yeah,
Everything is awesome.
Nick, I'm gonna be in my shop across town, closer to Foundry than everybody else in the party.
Yeah, but we have no way of knowing that because we don't know about your shop.
Yep.
That's true. You don't, but
Not
you
at
also
all,
know
and-
that no matter where I am, I'm closer than the rest
Yeah.
of you are.
I don't really worry about it.
Yep. And for most of the day, this is pretty normal, though. People are definitely a bit more nervous, edgy, and prone to getting agitated. There's more rocks getting thrown to and fro, but no one's started out brawling at all. Something that's definitely happened before. But yeah, it's a strike by the Steelworkers Union about how long they're being forced to work every day.
Side note, Dan, at some point you need to like mechanic up and invent effectively communicators for us.
You know, that's a fair point.
Just have a radio.
That runs on magic train bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
The first thing that you guys notice is feeling a bit off today is there's some music playing from a park across the way from the protest, which is just I guess there's an open air concert today. A little chilly, but there's a pretty solid crowd.
We're getting close to Christmas, right? Like to winter time.
Yeah, it's like November right now.
Oh, Nick, I'm gonna have to post some private ideas I have to you later.
Oh, please do. So like, yeah, there's a fair number of people in the area for this, and eventually, let's see here. Boogeyman's over there. Tom's over there. You actually realize. Wait a minute. You recognize a little bit the voice for who's singing over in the park.
Oh, God damn it.
Siren.
Yep.
No,
Nope.
different one.
What?
It's her.
All the way back from when we were dealing with the locus of compulsion.
Yep.
Oh, the hedonism person?
Oh, right. The lady at the bar is like, yeah, I'm out.
Yeah.
No, why?
What is he?
Why?
What do you mean, why?
Why? Why can't they just be good?
I'm sorry, what game have we been playing together?
Yeah, but it's a totally
I'm
normal
sorry
concert.
that I've rejected your offer of why not be a good person now.
It's a totally normal concert in the park that is getting a ton of donations from the crowd. Definitely nothing strange going on.
I mean, what do we establish her deal was? She can, like, mind control people?
Yep.
And we'll find places where can more easily do that for profit.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah, basically, she is someone who wants money and goes, well, my voice is mesmerizing. Obviously, I'm going to exploit that to make bank.
Side note, out of character, I feel like this is actually kind of morally dubious because in some ways she could just be a good singer, which is warrants people giving her money. Though if she's
Yes.
making them do it, that's a problem.
Yes.
I don't think I'm going to confront her about this right now. I feel like this is a let's deal with this problem a little more quietly later.
Mm-hmm.
This is a gray area currently.
Yeah, and I'm a lot more like we need to talk in private.
Mm-hmm. Yep. The big thing that happens there is there are some people from the picket line that sufficiently close and like Foundry can notice this because he's nearby, start wandering off towards the park distracted.
Okay, we can go over and have a polite conversation of, hey, would you mind not disrupting the protest?
Like, I
Like-
probably don't want to leave the main group, so I probably would kind of like discreetly
can do
signal
that.
one of you guys to look.
I mean, is
I
there
can
any
do that.
is there any point they take a break or anything?
Oh yeah, like they're gonna take breaks between sets, or like she's going to go get some water while Timothy does a solo on the piano.
Yeah, I feel like that one of the times she gets water is the time I'm going to be there to talk to her.
Okay, it is a nice big open air park.
So where's
I'll
she getting
join you.
water? Where's she getting water, for example? Like
Not
just
like off goes to the side of the stage. Like actually goes backstage, but it's still pretty in the open.
I mean, it's gotten pretty foggy out, Nick.
Oh, it's very in the middle of the day. It's very foggy.
Yeah, it's that fog bank rolled in from the lake right now.
Oh man, if you knew what lasers were, it had good light effects for the show.
Yeah, and I'm actually not approaching as like I want to fight. I basically am pulling a Batman right now.
Mm-hmm.
If that's okay to just describe doing rather than
Oh
go
yeah,
for it.
easy.
I'm
Easy
also
lap.
going to move to the area in case you need assistance.
I'm like, so kind of like right, like she probably looks down, drinks some water, and just when she lowers the water, I'm just standing there.
Oh. She's like, oh, hello again, dearie. Been a while, hasn't it?
It has. You have to remind me. I'm a little. My memory's a little fuzzy on the name.
Madame Ali. A pleasure.
Well, to some extent. Certainly got a crowd out there.
Oh, just the best.
Looks pretty profitable, if I must say.
Well, she basically just gestures to a necklace that looks absurdly expensive. The results speak for themselves.
You understand how this looks a little questionable from my point of view, right?
I'm assuming you understand we're in the middle of public and I'm a very star performer to the city.
I understand. And frankly, I've got bigger problems to worry about than some shyster with a convincing voice.
Look, we're just going to be here for another 2 or 3 hours. I thought there's going to be a lot of angry people. Why not put on a show?
It's more the compelling people to maybe give up things that they normally wouldn't, and I point at the necklace, that I have some issues with.
Like anything happening over here isn't happening down there. I'm just not overtly violent about it.
Doesn't make it the
She
right
points
right
at
way.
the protest with that.
What? I don't think those are terribly comparable, lady. Look, I get what it's like to have to get by, you know? I do. Doesn't mean you can ruin other people's lives for it, though. How do you know that they don't need some of that money to feed the families? To be able to pay the rent? Huh?
See, Boogeyman, there's a funny thing about that. That's true of everyone, except for those on top, and you don't get up there if you don't step on people on your way.
You speak as someone with that type of ambition?
Well, I've only managed a few steps so far. Come on, you have to have some ambition. How high could you go if you gave all this up? was gonna say
And then-
there is an overcome track, Wex, that you should make because we are in green right now for trying to get her to leave.
Okay, I'm really bad at this.
Yep.
Look, neither of us are great at social. I will also participate in this one with just a voice from of like, look, we can discuss this later, but would you please mind? But can we discuss this later and not disrupt the important strike going on?
So are you
No
doing your
one
own
likes
overcome?
to stab.
All right. Are we each doing our own overcome, or are you boosting me? Or am I boosting you? I'm probably lead on this one just because of the conversation.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll boost you, which I don't think I have. You know what? I do have a boost power.
Oh,
There you go.
I feel like this would be creativity, maybe?
Yeah, that sounds reasonable. She's gonna go. Wait, you know a talking cat. You can do a lot with a talking cat.
hey, focus, lady, and listen. Been there, done that with the rise to power thing. It's not all it's cracked up to be, and you usually end up in a lot of trouble. So that's a +2.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right, I'm
Yeah,
actually going to
not bad
try
at all.
a banked point on this roll, Nick. I had a +1 banked away for being patient.
Yeah, that sounds legit.
So I'm going to roll with intuition and investigation here.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good.
Which
Ooh.
I'm well. That's I have an overall +3,
Yep.
so that gets me to a 6.
That is success with a minor twist.
I will choose to ignore the twist with my
Sounds
collection.
good. Spend that collection. Yep. Boogeyman, good spirits, ride yourselves down. A note for all players, and this is also just for Ash. We are in initiative time for extended scene. Violence has not broken out yet. You guys probably don't want to be the ones to start that.
Nope.
But
And like I
the
said,
scene
I
will
don't want-
escalate at points.
I don't want to pick a fight with this lady if we can help it. Like she is not a criminal in the way that most people are criminals.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, she is very much an exploiter, but not a I'm going to kill people and ruin them.
No, she's Catwoman, man.
Yep.
Yep.
So you've got 2 more, according to the challenge tracker, to get her to leave.
Yep. A note, Timothy here represents all lieutenants.
Okay.
Great. Ash, you know how villains, lieutenants, and minions work, right?
Very, very vaguely.
All right, we can go over it once combat gets.
We can go over it when it starts mattering.
Yeah.
But so, Good Spirits and Boogeyman just went. You guys get to choose who goes next.
I'd like to go next.
Who wants to go?
I'll go.
All right.
Nick.
Yeah, in the system we kind of get to whoever does their turn gets to kind of pick who goes next.
Noted.
Yep. In really dangerous fights, control of initiative matters, but I'm not really being that cruel. I am here to give you guys a good story, not make combat mega complicated.
Gotcha.
However, you don't want to make all the enemies go in a row, even with that.
And there are times where it's very important we control it, simply because we do a turn and then bounce it back to ourselves the next turn, so we can go before the enemies have a chance to capitalize on like certain things we've done.
Yeah, cool combos are usually when that matters. It's just because you get one reaction per action, letting all of the enemies go in a row means you guys are really defenseless.
Noted.
When did Mr. Conductor go?
Yep. So Mr. Conductor is going to... Oh, I'm not here. I'm across town. Nick, I would like to just I'm keeping an eye, on Foundry, seeing if there's anybody in the area who is, looks like they're going to be coming and, doing him any harm. I'd like to just roll and see if there's anybody in the general area, systematically scanning.
Yep.
Can I use clockwork for this?
Absolutely.
Awesome. All I probably should have made this into a boost, but whatever. Overcome makes more sense because it gets me on scene.
Mhm.
So 1, 2, 3. So that is a 6.
Yep. Success with a minor twist.
I'll take that twist because I'm still noticing Foundry's brother over on the docks doing something a little off.
Yep. Oh, you're distracted by people you notice, right? Yeah. Hinder yourself max plus min after this. Because you do notice a few distinct things coming in. There's a fairly fancy and official looking car on its way. It is going to arrive when the lieutenants go.
Okay.
And there's a fair bit further away, some police cars. They're going to arrive when the scene enters yellow.
Is my buddy in those cop cars?
No.
I'd ask if they're locking and loading, but I don't actually know the answer to that.
You cannot know the answer to that.
Yeah, I also love how I traded in a -1 for a -3. Thanks.
Girl math.
Oh,
Yeah.
1 minute, Izzy. I'm gonna text you a thing.
Oh fuck. No. Sometimes I hate my powers. Oh, you better don't you dare say what I think you're gonna say. Don't you fucking dare.
It's exactly what you think it is, Izzy.
You son of a bitch. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So the cop car is showing up at the beginning of yellow, and the official car is showing up when it hits green.
No, it shows up on the lieutenant action.
And I used my turn, so there's no way I can zoom over there. Great.
Yep. This is why I asked who was on scene at the beginning of this.
I passed to Timothy.
Let's let him show up.
Oh shit! No, that's Lieutenant. No, fuck, no, fuck, no. I'm sorry. I thought he was a villain. Back it up. Back it up.
You can't delay it too much.
I passed to the mooks.
The mooks are the mooks are protesting and defending themselves.
Good.
There's defense
with knowledge.
Is
What?
the red tape in one of those cars?
Mm-hmm.
Of course she is.
The mooks are all defending themselves and chanting, "It's real loud. It feels great." They get into Foundry.
Okay. Well, fuck.
Boost yourself is a valid option.
Yeah, but that's a yellow power.
You can just boost without a power.
Yeah, you just
Oh, I
basic
guess that's
action
true.
boost.
I
You
mean,
can
in all
also
honesty,
do generic support protest overcome.
That's true.
I will
Alright.
accept generic support protest overcome.
Okay, let's go with that.
Okay.
So we're gonna go with suit, and we're gonna go with probably blue collar makes the most sense to roll for the qualities.
Absolutely.
Can I use defender for this?
Yep.
In that case, it's a 7.
That's a
with the money
success. We are going to add 1 to the protest track.
Okay.
There's a protest track.
There is now.
Apparently.
It checks up how much the city supports you, because Foundry looks majestic.
That I do.
Oh.
So I guess I can. Let's see. I guess I have a few like get to.
There we go.
Guess
Protest succeeds 1.
I guess I can give it to the environment.
That seems reasonable.
Oh, yeah, the environment is very reasonable. One moment here. Give me a second to roll the environment. So, Ash, the environment is an actor, much like in the board game.
Mhm.
That, sometimes does good things, sometimes does bad things. It always
Usually bad
does
things.
something.
It depends on if you're on friendly turf or not.
Yeah, very much so.
Usually.
Very much. And Chicago is friendly to all, is it not?
You know,
And the environment is going to spawn a minion.
Okay. Good minion, bad minion.
So, Ruth, who's an annoying coworker of yours?
like one of the ones I gave you particularly.
No, like a fellow reporter who's like, "Oh, Ruth, how's it going?"
Yes.
God.
That's the environment's turn. It spawns an annoying minion.
Should be named.
No. I just turn around, give the fakest smile, and I'm like, "Oh, hey, Kathy, what are you doing here? I didn't think you had an assignment on this part of town."
Well, I didn't, but I heard it was just so lovely out, and there's so many people around.
Protest, Kathy.
The environment's passing to Ruth.
Excellent.
Okay, so you have actions to take. You can use any of the actions on your sheet. Right now, if you're not intending to inflict violence upon someone, boost and
No.
overcome are the main ones to do.
I was wondering what it would be if I was like trying to take pictures, get interviews with the union people on scene to try and like get a really nice story that paints them good.
So that would be an overcome to help the protest succeed, and you have a principle for that.
Ooh, you can learn principles.
Do I?
Okay, read
that
the
be
name of your principles.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, detective would count.
Yep. So you can just
Okay.
print that out, and you roll an overcome using your max die.
Cool.
It's basically just argue what powers and qualities you would use, and your status die is green because the scene is green.
Cool. Would it be okay to do intuition, hero journalist, and then green?
Yep. Very
Cool.
perfect for that.
Sweet. I will roll.
Okay.
That is a 6.
That is success with a minor twist, which I think is gonna be. I think the answer is more reporters are following your lead, so you draw the attention of another annoying coworker.
No!
Are these minions?
Daniel! Why'd you bring Daniel?
Yep, they are minions. Oh, but Daniel takes just the perfect shots. He's so good with the camera.
God damn it, he's gonna give it to freaking... What was the name of this guy? Where are you? I have names here. I swear to God. He's gonna give it to Atwood. He's gonna put it in Atwood's for freaking Atwood's piece. I'm fuming. I'm fuming.
1 minute. I'm giving them names because they have names now.
Look, it's not my fault I got assigned to the guy you hate.
We have Kathy and Daniel.
I just like look over at you, Foundry, and like you can tell I'm fuming.
Oh no,
and I know you're in the suit, so you can't see, but like fuming.
His real
I'm making a stupid joke because my name is Dan.
You're Dan, not Daniel. Just like Willis is definitely Willis and nothing else.
That's true. Willis is definitely just Willis and nothing else.
Yep. I don't
Fair
even have
point.
a first name.
Me too.
It's true. Wash doesn't either.
Exactly.
It's only you and Sean.
And so after this, Ruth gets to choose who goes next, Madame Ali or Timothy.
Let's do Ali.
All right, let me go take a look at what Ali can do. Oh no, she is definitely giving herself a persistent boost. That is 100% what she's doing.
That's fair. Because the moment she starts to try to mess with me, the negotiations end very quickly.
Okay, she's not trying to mess with you. She's giving herself a boost before she goes back out on stage.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
And this is now where the enemy boost track is going to live.
I hate that track.
What, the enemy boost track?
Yeah, she rolled a 3. Ugh.
Does she have a
Life
plus
is
She has a +3. It's right next to her.
life is constantly unfair.
Maybe
Yep.
someone we just need to deal with later.
She also has defended herself 5 after that.
Well, she's doing well for
That's
herself.
a
She
lot.
gets the good cocaine between sets.
Exactly.
She just hasn't hit it in the mouth.
Would it be cocaine or opium at this point?
Probably opium.
Yeah, fair. Probably opium.
She would probably offer the boogeyman, look, if you want to try, it does pay really well. Both to the boogeyman and the cat.
Gonna give opium to a cat. Jesus Christ.
I
Like,
want
It's a
nothing more
magic
than just
talking
good
cat.
spirits running lines. in the
Famous
park.
people really are built different.
And she's going to, of course, pass to Timothy, who is doing wonderfully in his performance. He
Did he
rolled a
have
9.
powers? Did he have powers too, or is he just like an accessory to her?
He is an accessory who's really good at boosting. He's wonderful moral support.
So he's just he's legitimately a really good pianist.
Yes, he is legitimately a fantastic musician.
And if she just relied on him, that would be fine.
You know, good for Timothy.
He's
Yeah.
just in with the wrong crowd, and he does too much opium. Otherwise,
Yep.
he's a solid dude.
Yes, and then a very fancy and impressive and official-looking car pulls up to the edge of the protest towards where Foundry is. And,
I love that.
2 women come out. They both have domino masks, but finding images is hard. Wearing simply, one of them just walks up. Good afternoon, Mr. Foundry. I'm Harmony. This is Order. We're coming from City Hall.
Pleasure. What can I do for you?
Well, ruling has come down from the district court. There's been an injunction filed for this protest for damages to the economy of the city and disrupting the peace. The judge has found in favor of it. I must kindly ask you and all the rest of the fine members of Chicago here to leave peacefully. There are other forces on their way in the event that you refuse to. However, I would like to offer this chance that everyone may leave and there be no other issues.
Well, I suppose that's a little new. You're at least more honest about the roughing up part.
Yes, you yourself may perhaps have issues, but that is not breaking the law about vigilantism is not a reason why the rest of your associates would need to be put into the same bucket.
I mean, I think very clearly I'm not here as a vigilante. I'm here as a member of the public, making
Be
sure
that
that
as
these
it
that
may,
these fine
there-
citizens don't get harmed.
I completely agree. However, be that as it may, there are now 2 warrants out for you to come wait trial. There is general vigilantism, and there is also a warrant about robbery of a pier, which has been ascribed to you and your group. We can't have disruptions and chaos in the city.
what are we being accused of stealing?
You robbed the Irish mob's dock.
Okay. Sorry, the way it was described was it sounding like we, for some reason I read that as we stole the entire pier, not that we stole from the pier.
That would be a terrific superhero plan, though.
That
Did
would
we
be.
Or supervillain plan,
I
rather.
thought we all burned it down.
We
No,
did leave
you
with the
stole the
coins,
coin and
but I'm
ran away.
surprised the criminal organization
Oh
admitted to
yeah,
that.
The
I hate when the
mob.
mob actually uses legality against us.
Well, at least we know where your bread is buttered now. Not that it was hard to figure out.
I'm terribly sorry. This tape does offer a large number of benefits, including potential parole in exchange for community service aiding the city.
God, I'm trying to figure out exactly how I can tell them to fuck off without actually getting these people in trouble.
Anyway, we're going to start the next round. I think they're going to pass to Foundry.
Yeah, that tracks. Oh,
Following your lead, big guy.
I wish I had a better idea of what I wanted to do.
I mean, we could just try to get like more support for the protest.
Honestly, my plan was to see if I could maybe get the journalists, convince them that the two people who showed up should be hounded by questions.
That's a fantastic overcome match.
That's not bad.
Yay.
Yes, that's excellent. Actually, honestly, just kind of like drawing attention to them might be the play.
That can be a boost for Ash or for Ruth.
Yeah, that could be a boost for Ruth.
Yeah, that seems like a good plan. All right, we're gonna basically start kind of. I'm just gonna start kind of making a scene like. So you're here in the middle of a legal protest because you're here. Basically, you're here to collect on the mob on the mob's boo boos. Is that it? Kind of what it sounds like.
You see,
Everybody, listen up. We got a couple cops here because the Irish have a little bit of a cry because their fucking warehouse of illegal shit got burnt down.
Rabble rousing, rabble
Yeah.
rousing.
All right, so we're gonna go with blue collar. I don't really have a power for this, so I guess we're just kind of going with an untrained power.
What are you talking about, Dan? Your suit is so majestic and inspiring.
Yeah, for real.
I'm not giving you that one.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think Nixon will let me use powered suit for that.
No.
Very
good boost for Ruth.
Yeah, I think we'll oh, that's right. I did have a couple of boosts saved. I don't remember what I was using those for. Oh no, those were tech-based things. I guess I'll just use a couple of hero points.
Yep. Oh,
so we'll do it.
Yeah, after you finish, I will remind rules for that. Go.
All right, so +2. Okay, so 6. So that's a +2, I think.
Yep. So that is a +2 to what Ruth does for distracting and rabble rousing.
Yay.
Who's up next, Foundry?
Feels like Ruth might be the good follow.
Yeah, honestly, I think we'll just keep it thematic and throw it to Ruth.
Yep.
Yay. Is it okay to still use Principle of Detective or
Absolutely. You can use them as often as they are justified.
Oh, okay, cool. I wasn't sure if it was limited to like once per session or something like that.
Often as you can argue it.
Yep.
Cool.
Also,
can
we
I...
by default get 5 hero points per session rather than when a principal
That's
is
what I was
used.
saying is you guys get 5 hero points for free and can spend them on boosts or other things as you wish.
Oh, cool.
You just have to announce it before you roll.
Yep.
Cool.
And you can bank what you don't use.
Noted. What's the hero point to boost ratio?
1-to-1 taps at +4.
And if I tried to add a boost to this roll, would that eat the boost that Foundry gave me, or would it add?
Those stack.
Cool. Then, because I want to cause chaos, I'll take 2 hero points to put towards that, so it's a +4. Is it okay if I use Terra
Many hero
Journalist?
points be +5 then total?
Foundry got a +2.
Oh, sorry.
All good.
Yep.
Is it okay to roll Intuition, Terra Journalist again? Sorry, I can't talk.
Oh, absolutely.
Cool. I'm just gonna check before I roll skills for a bit.
Yeah, that is fair. I will say your combat skills have an incredibly obvious pair that you do not need to check for.
Awesome, thank you. Okay, so max die, that's a 7 +4,
Ooh, that's
11.
11.
Oof, that's so close to critical success. It is complete success, though. So yeah, we're adding one to the protest track, and Kathy and Daniel are now trying to interview these wonderful city officials.
I just kind of start over with, harmony and order. Is it true that the city office has stopped at least 7 protests this month, setting a new record for this year? And kind of like start, taking pictures, writing down a lot of notes to kind of get Kathy and Daniel more interested over here.
Fantastic. Who are you sending it to next?
Does anyone in particular want to go?
I have ideas on what I would do for an overcome, but like we can pass to NPCs first.
Yep. So everybody on the tracker, do you see the tracker, Ash, or are you?
Yes.
Yep. So everyone on the top has not acted this turn, and therefore are valid people to pass to.
Cool. Are the little green, the silhouetted people in green, is that the environment? Yeah.
No, the silhouette of green is the allied minions who are all protesting.
Just to get everything done with this square, let's do that.
The environment, or
allied minions protesting.
Great. They're going to defend themselves again because right now that's what
Yeah.
their focus is. Oh, they got a 6. That's really good.
Good on them.
You have a well-protected protest.
So for example, this is a case where we probably want to, like, if the turn goes around, we want to delay their turn as long as possible so they keep that 6 defend.
Mm-hmm.
This is a good example of just manipulating initiative to best advantage.
And because they are allies and friends to you, who would you like them to pass to?
I mean, I'm sort of inclined to let a lot of the villains do their thing and let us respond to them.
I'm fine with that.
Sounds good. So they're going to pass to Allie, who's going to... sorry, dears, I have to do another set. Be right back. He was going back out to sing, and she's hitting you guys with a hinder, but, like, it's not a damage. Yeah, Tom and Boogeyman, you both get a -2 hinder as... Man, even though you know it's mesmerizing and magic, you still can't help but sit there and listen and be dumbfounded. She's going to pass to Timothy and the other lieutenants who are probably more relevant right now. Timothy still plays majestically. He throws her another boost, but it doesn't matter that much. He also has a +1 now. And then over on the other side, Harmony goes, well, you see, Mr. Foundry, this was a legal protest until the judge ruled against you. It currently is an illegal protest. Which is the reason why we're here, trying to clear it out peacefully before anything else happens. I do know how bad these can get. I don't want anyone here to be hurt. I just ask that everyone who's wanted, please come in safely and willingly, and we don't have to have any problems. She's throwing a -2 hinder on Foundry by being very obviously in the way and far too reasonable.
Of course.
Order, meanwhile, is just defending herself and being kind of stoic and prickly.
Hey Nick, quick question.
Yep.
The hinder she put on us, what's the nature of that hinder?
Distracted by her voice.
So that'll apply to basically anything we do?
Kinda, yeah.
Okay.
I have one idea for overcome if you want to boost me to try and see if that can help remove the hinder.
Yeah, I think that's fair. And I can use that. Yeah, I can use
Unless
that
you have
to
something
go.
you want to do.
No, I mean, until things super escalate, this feels like a better use of our time.
Mm-hmm. For escalation, oh shit! There is falling construction near the protest site. It's gonna do 6 damage to someone unless someone jumps in the way and stops this damage.
I got it.
Yep.
It's literally what I am here for.
Yep. 6 melee damage, Dan.
AKA 4.
Yep, and Kathy and Daniel are being as obnoxious as they possibly can be. Harmony and Order both eat a -2 hinder. And this is just how I'm going to keep track of which enemies and our allies have problems. And I think the environment is going to give it to Mr. C.
Breaking the law, breaking the law, breaking the law.
Freaking the law. Mr. C is gonna call a trade and appear on the rooftop and just start his monologue of "I am vengeance, I am the night." I don't fucking know.
This is a bit of a moral dilemma for Mr. C.
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, I mean, you also don't know some of what's happening. You could just show up and get your bearings.
I mean, I'm aware enough of what's going on from a distance right now because Nick, would I recognize who Allie is?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have a good bearing. I know the administrators are there. I know that you guys are talking to mind control person. I know there are, a bunch. I don't know who necessarily like the other reporters are versus the picket line people, but I'm assuming they're all part of the protest.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
I
Yeah.
mean, you can help us if you want something that's a little less morally dubious, you can help us get rid of mind control, lady.
Yeah, my thought was, actually, Nick, can I do this? Can I make a overcome to have a train show up in the park making really loud noise so I can get there? And since it's making so much noise, I can get rid of the hinder on good spirits and boogeyman?
Yeah, that's a valid overcome.
All right, let's see what we got.
Yep, and Ash, this is the big news. Overcome is do something creative. It is, to use LARP terms, very much by my tolerance and your creativity.
LIT. Can I use Principle of Order?
Yes.
Awesome. Well, I guess this is clearly trains.
This is clearly trains.
And alertness, I guess? I don't know.
Mhm.
Alertness, insight, magical aura, or bartender, Nick.
Insight. All right. Yeah. Boogeyman and Tom, your hinders are gone.
Okay.
Right. I had a principle. I thought that was a -1 for a second.
No.
Well, that's a 5. So am I getting a minor twist?
What is Mr. C's minor twist here? Mr. C is drawing some more paparazzi.
Wait, why does he have a minor twist? I thought he got an 8.
No,
I
he had
had
a
a
-3
-3.
from other things.
Oh.
Mr. C, put yourself in the park. There is a cameraman. Ash, if you want to give us another name of an obnoxious coworker of Ruth's.
Lucas
Multiply.
Fields, of course. He's the worst.
Yeah, Lucas was watching the concert, but now a train showed up, and he is very interested in talking to Mr. Conductor.
Boogeyman, good spirits. We need to. Yes, hello. How can I help you?
Oh, well, you see, I heard that you showed up at our office, and also, Boogeyman are good spirits. Who's next?
Sean, what's your rough plan? Because I have an idea for an overcome as well.
My idea is to kind of convince her with the cops showing up, especially like she doesn't want to be here. It's just going to get bad for her if she sticks around.
Okay. Are you able to use any principles or anything on that?
I would try to argue principle of chaos because I'm trying to argue that things are going to become a huge mess. And like, do you think the cops are really going to care about like making sure that an unrelated power user is not going to get caught up in get caught up in this and isn't part of this problem?
You see, I give you Principle of Chaos for drawing the cops' attention to that, but not saying that they might be.
So I have a plan.
Okay, so I don't have a principle then.
So I think I have a plan. I do have a principle. I'll be honest, Nick. I think I'm going to scare the shit out of her.
Yeah, it sounds good. She's not a fighter.
Oh, I know. And I have a way to chain it into the conversation here. Do you want to boost me then, Sean?
We need 2 more overcomes, right?
Right.
Yep.
But if I can use a principle and get it high enough, I can make those in theory. Unless we each want to do our own overcome.
I'm thinking each of us do our own overcome because I'll spend some points on boosting mine. And that way we're more likely to get 2 overcomes than trying to chase the 12.
Okay. I'm okay with that. All right. So I'm going to do one then, Nick. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just looking at. Let's see.
Oh, I just realized I don't have an image in Roll20. Obviously, I know which NPC that needs to be for this game.
Right. I'm trying to decide if I should spend some hero points here. I kind of think I go big on this since I think we're mostly trying to avoid a fight in general.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm going to burn 4.
Yep.
That'll at least get me a success. So I think the thing is, so I'm going to just, again, the mists are going to swirl around. I'm going to be in front of her. I'm like, oh, believe me, lady, I understand the climb to the top very well. In fact, I was on that climb myself. You know, before it got me killed.
Yeah, it's a good spook.
And just kind of like make the undead nature of myself exceptionally clear with like kind of just like any trace of skin like burning away and just very obviously creepy skeleton man. I'm even gonna like have like the hole in the bullet hole that was in my head kind of crack and kind of like start disintegrating a little bit.
Sounds good.
We're gonna use imposing. Are we in green still?
You're still in
Yep.
green.
Okay, we're using I think I can justify infernal here.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Infernal, imposing, and green, and again I've got a +4.
Sounds good.
Yeah, how's a 12 sound?
That's where she's just like,
That's 2. That is that extreme? Is that
Yes.
that's 2 successes.
yeah?
And she just looks like, you know, there's a point you're making here. And this is approximately when the cop siren starts out, and she's like,
Yes.
good
Yep.
point. All right.
I wanted to.
One
wanted to
final
call over
regular
the-
song, and we're out.
And I'm like, you stay out of trouble here, because I'll be honest, it gets lonely down where I am, and we can always use more company. Giving a big skeletal smile.
You get a brief bit of gears to her. She's like, maybe. So Allie and Timothy are going to be out.
Yep, that's good. That makes this all a lot easier.
Boy, does it.
And
I do not want random singer lady providing random ass hinders on us all.
Also, I'm going to call out to you, Boogeyman. The cops are around the corner on their way here.
Yes. All right. Man, what is the solution here? I think we gotta like fortify the crowd, right?
Well, it's Good Spirit's turn, and yeah, you got to figure out what your solution is.
I
Either
guess
we
in
bail.
this case, I'm okay for I can prep because we know things are going to potentially go down.
That's fair.
Is that because both overcomes were made, which I guess I will not do what I was thinking there. Is it okay if I use some start on some minion summoning just so I have some prep work done?
Oh, absolutely. If you want, I'm sorry, that's other players, not me.
Okay. So going to freely just shift into Good Spirit, guys, which I don't think I need to do anything with because shapeshifting. Am I allowed to use both of my Am I allowed to use both of my collections in a turn?
Yes, you are.
Okay, I'm going to summon my D4 minion, and I'm also going to get my boost to more ghostly magic, and have my D4 minion boost me as I go to summon a minion. 3 is just a +1, correct?
Yep.
Yep.
So that is +3. That will be a 8, which is I'll take care of this. 8 is a D10. And I then gain a +3 on that as well. So okay, yep. Reasonable monkey minion, and I think Foundry. Would you want to go to start of yellow?
So, give me a moment before the start of yellow, because the start of yellow is when the sirens arrive. Leading up to the protest is, well, Foundry probably knows this more than many of the others in the party, but a pretty damn armored police car. Like, they're taking this pretty seriously, aren't they? Yeah, they are. And 4 officers step out of the car, just out saying, "All right, this is an illegal protest led by a vigilante. We're going to be breaking this up."
It's not the zone I want to be in.
Looks at all the police lined up, realizes, oh, it's these cops.
Yeah, Chicago's finest, who've busted more vigilantes and villains than many others.
Oh, just perfect.
Can we space them out slightly, Nick, so I can actually read their names?
Yes. So the 2 leading here, or rather, Randy's staying a little bit back, but the other 3 are coming forward, and Sal's leading. He's like, "All right, Foundry. Recognize you. Not sure you know me from last time, but we're doing this the easy way or the hard way, bub."
They're legit.
So what is my experience with these guys?
Nick, they're legit villains, aren't they?
They are legit villains.
Oh boy.
Can I look? Am I close enough to whisper to Foundry?
Yes, you are.
Okay, I'm just gonna, under my breath, say, "Don't waste your breath. They're not the type to be reasoned with."
That much I do know.
So the main thing you know about each of these villains. So the main one you easily recognize is Sal, who Well, he's busted more guys' hands and knees than basically anyone else when breaking up protests.
Okay.
He swapped his police baton out for a baseball bat.
That doesn't seem a standard issue.
No, and he's a lot stronger and faster than a guy that thin ought to be.
Bonk.
There's also Helen, who basically has two modes, hot and cold, and when it's hot, the bullets start flying. Patty was pretty reasonable before. Like, basically, if he showed up and no one causes trouble, he doesn't really care. But you cause trouble, and like, look, he's just gotta take you in. And Randy's a new guy. You're not really sure who Randy is, Foundry. Ruth
So do
might
these
know.
guys have powers, or are they just really like competent?
So at the very least, they are way more than humanly strong and tough.
Okay, so they're meta in some way.
Yep. How much? Yeah, it turns out when this group shows up, most of the people who involved in the fight just go, nope, we're out of here.
I mean, in theory, we kind of wanted the same. We do not want to get involved in a fight in the middle of the day with the cops.
No, but Allie has been stopped.
But we can't let these protesters get like wrecked up either, you know?
Yep. You guys have a 5 overcome track for getting all the protesters out into safety. The ones who are on here are the ones who are here to like fight and do things, but there's a lot more in this picket line.
I mean, out of curiosity, alternatively, if we got enough support for the protests, would that be able to turn a tide here just with sheer people supporting us, or is this not an option?
People are going to be hurt if you do that, but it is an option.
Okay, I feel like I'm going to take my cues from Foundry on this one. This is his specialty.
I'm trying to think. So, like, what? I assume in the past we've mostly like evacuated and tried to keep people from getting hurt.
Right, but
primarily.
you can tell. No, they're also here to take you in and the rest of Terminal if they can.
Right. Yeah, and then like the what's her face made it pretty obvious with her speech.
Yep.
So we need to get these people to safety then, and get out ourselves.
I'm going to assume the number of actual protesters that are not represented on this screen far exceeds my HP, Nick.
Oh, absolutely. Like, this is a several hundred person protest. These are the people who are willing to fight who are on the screen.
Okay, we want the minions to go last.
Yep.
Yes, they still have their high defend.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So we either need to make overcomes or hinders. We need to stop. We need to slow the villains down when we get all these people out. I mean, Izzy, you tend to be the overcome machine when it comes to be getting people out of here.
Yeah, I know, but this is not my wheel.
I can help with that as well.
Okay. Look, the problem is first we need to get over there.
I mean, then can you go first and bring me?
I mean, yeah, but I think that's my turn then.
No, you have a
No,
movement
Izzy,
power.
it's a short distance. You can grab 3 other people and pull them over.
I have leaping. I can also get over. I have a movement power.
Okay,
I don't have a move. So yeah, the thing we have is kind of a house rule is you can switch zones if you have a movement power for free, but without one, you just basically use your action and only get basic actions when you get there.
So the house
Noted.
rule is actually there's types of zones. The official rule is just like that. It's
Yeah,
actually not a house rule. I just made a write up to make sure everyone remembered it.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I trivialize this rule.
When it's your turn, though.
When it's my
You can only
turn.
do so many things a turn.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, you said I can just take the team over, Nick?
Yeah, you can just take the team over if Mitchell C takes the first turn.
I guess I will take the first action and a train, tracks will appear directly behind Foundry, and a train will pull up, and all of Terminal will exit. V flanking Foundry.
Mm-hmm.
And I will, look at all the cops. I will look at Sal, Helen, Randy, Harmony, Order, and Patty, and just be like, look, we don't want any trouble here, officers, good people of the city. This is a perfectly legal protest. How about we all just stay on our sides of the tracks, and I'll blow my whistle, and a bunch of train tracks will just start appearing underneath everybody, and they'll start sliding away. I would like to use... Where the fuck is my ability? I would like to use on the wrong track.
Yeah, that sounds reasonable.
And I would like to hinder...
All of
We're
the
gonna
enemies.
Hinder all of them.
Yeah, I'm going to hinder all of them.
Are you also hitting Kathy and Daniel with this?
I don't know who they are. They're just citizens as far as I know, so no.
Okay.
Ideally, I should, but
But you don't know.
I don't know. I'm still in my conductor mode. Awareness and alertness, I guess?
Yeah, that sounds legit to me.
That is a -2 to all of them.
It's not bad.
Not bad at all. Mr. Conductor, who's next?
Can I? If I go, I can try and overcome to help.
Okay, I will pass to good spirits.
So I would kind of like to try basically summoning up various spirits to kind of make things kind of hard to judge what's going on, kind of provide cover by making it look like people are still around when they've already left, by
Mhm.
kind of like summoning replacements, and make it just really hard for the cops to realize that an evacuation has already started.
Mm-hmm.
uh I'd like to use Principle of Chaos.
Yeah, that is completely legit here.
Okay. I'm going to get boosted by the 2 minions I have with me.
Yep.
The D4 one and the D10 one, which rolls twice and does the better. That's going to be a +3 and a +1 for a +4 total, I believe.
Yep. So you
That
got
it
at
is.
least, you almost certainly have at least a success.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Maybe 2 if you get lucky.
Can I also spend a hero point or no?
You need to announce that before the roll, but yes, you can.
I will spend a hero point to make this then a total of +5, and yeah,
Nice.
and that will be then therefore a 13, which, yep, is a complete success.
No, that is 2 successes.
Yeah, sorry. Overwhelming success, whatever it's called.
Mm-hmm.
Success beyond expectations.
Indeed it is. All right, good spirits. Who's up?
Do you think I should pass to the villains?
I mean, we
You
could
want to
stack...
pass so what about the one that's kind of reasonable-ish? Like he might not act immediately unlike some of his companions.
That was Paddy Wagon?
Mm-hmm. Paddy Wagons.
Paddy Wagons.
I will pass to Officer Paddy Wagons.
All right.
Because things haven't gotten far enough yet that he might not act immediately this turn.
Three
Also,
more
I
vigilantes
was
just showed up
probably
on a
yawning as my magic goes
Yeah,
off.
he's like, no, he does this and looks over, is like, oh no, that's the guy who messed up City Hall, pointing at Mr. Conductor.
What do I do to City Hall?
Oh, look, Mr. C, you made some friends.
You dropped Izzy, you dropped a bomb off at City Hall.
Didn't go off, and we picked it back up.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Don't worry. I know he's fast. I'll catch him.
Who's saying that?
Paddy Wagons.
I think
He goes.
has some.
He jumps back in the cop car, and is trying to run down Mr. C.
Jesus Christ.
I figured you'd like this, Izzy.
It reminds me of Crankshaft.
Car versus train.
Car versus
Car
train.
versus train. So here's the thing. None of you expected this. This is immune to defense and reactions.
He ignores reactions.
Yep.
He's hitting me with a car.
He's hitting you with a car, and Foundry's right next to you, so Foundry is getting hit too. Ooh, that is a nasty roll. Holy shit, that's a nasty roll. Mr. C gets hit for 11, Foundry gets hit for 8.
Oof.
Fun.
All right, well, fight's officially started then.
Can I just say I go flying?
Absolutely.
Let's see. We're still in green. Okay, so I take.
Oh wait, sorry.
6.
He was. Oh no, never mind. He is still hindered because his action was immune to that.
It was what?
Never mind. This is the hinders don't matter on him. Oh wait, sorry, I'm wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Increase both of those numbers by 5.
What?
Oh.
And here I was worried I would have to spend 4 hero points to upgrade a red ability.
Are we in yellow, green or yellow, Nick?
You're in yellow right now, but Wax, this is immune to reactions.
It's not that. I just need to make sure I'm in yellow because I'm gonna fucking heal Izzy up in a minute or
All
dab.
right. I take 2. Heal up is the okay. I took 2 damage. I think the rails were yellow. I took 2 more damage than I should have, so I fixed that.
Yep. Yeah. You took 2 more than you should have, but yeah. No, he hit you with a cop car. Enjoy
Don't
being
want
on
this
the
to
other
be the
side of
session where
Crankshaft, Izzy.
I assume the cop car part of his character.
Yes.
Okay, it's fine.
He has signature vehicle.
Oh, fucking course he does.
I'm
Like,
not sure that's the
listen.
correct use of police funds there.
Is Ruth taking pictures of this?
Ruth is taking pictures, but like you can tell that she's being like very precise about it. Like she knows which people to follow in this, of just like trying to snap the perfect shot.
Mm-hmm.
As she's just like, fucking Wagons out this bullshit again.
He's just gonna shout out of the car, Randy, do your goddamn job for once.
You're asking me!
What?
Ruth shouts back, you're asking Randy! With the implication being, he can't do his best, it's Randy.
So Randy is also going after the person who can make everyone escape the battle. Mr. C, you do have a target.
I'd like to say you guys are the one escalating things this time.
Yeah, they brought the escalation squad, it's what they do.
So this attack deals irreducible damage and is immune to reactions. 6 damage to Mr. C as Randy shoots at him.
Oh, okay.
I'm in red.
The Flatties are all out in first this time.
And I think here Randy is going to pass to Ruth because he's like, wait, oh fuck, it's Ruth.
Yeah. Be sure you wind up real good for your shot. I'll get you a nice picture in the paper.
Yep.
I think as she's taunting them, like her bag starts to pull a little bit, and she's like, "No, I'm not." They've got like just kind of like after saying that, kind of ducks into the crowd.
Ghost Rider
Goes
gun. Ghost Rider
goes
gun.
behind a building and it's just like opens the flap and is like, no, they've got it covered. They're heroes. They can do this. Like it's not a problem. as she like picks up the gun, and one gunshot is heard further down the street.
Oh, God.
And
Okay.
Ruth is gone, and
I'm so excited.
yeah, I'm finding images. Hold on 1 minute.
If you want to send me the image while you roll your attack from being hidden, go for it.
Cool. I'm trying to think of what makes the most sense.
You're in yellow, so you have all of your green
Yes.
and yellow abilities.
That is so true. I think I'm gonna use gun and gumption.
Well, first link the ability.
Okay,
Gun and gumption, yeah. That also makes sense.
Oh God.
Can I use the basic action I can use? Can that be overcome?
That
Oh
can
my
go
God,
for-
he's wild card.
Can I use overcome to help get some of the civilians out?
Absolutely.
I'm thinking I'm trying to shoot very precisely at like some steel beams and that sort of thing to cause some type of distraction while leading people further away.
Makes sense to me.
Cool. So should I use ranged combat for that or finesse?
Either one works.
Okay.
This is the what bullshit do you want to argue?
I wasn't sure. I'm gonna do finesse. It doesn't really matter, but I feel like that's more appropriate. Yellow. Did I roll that?
Oh my.
Ooh.
I'm hearing oohs. I hope it's good.
That is a
Good
complete
roll.
success.
Sweet. And then I roll a d6. And what do I actually have to type to roll things in
Slash
D20? It's
roll
been
1d6.
Yeah, there's also a little dice symbol off to the side that you can click. Like in the
that is a 6.
Oh my God.
Well, that's
That is sad.
Oh, wow.
No. So, do you want a major twist or to fail? That is the question for that.
Oh, that sucks.
wait.
That-
Was
that
this
is
an
real-
overcome or an attack?
It's
It
not an
was an
overcome.
overcome.
That is really sad for be the first thing.
Like, you know what? It fits. She doesn't want to be here.
She does not want to be here and does not want to be doing this.
Oh, I thought we had a success there.
No,
I mean, we
get
still
fucked.
can.
Honestly, I'll just take the failure on that.
Okay, so the answer she goes, I can. Oh no, it's gonna drop onto someone. Oh shit, I can't do it.
You just see a demonic figure kind of go onto some of the rafters, start shooting things, and just look very displeased the entire time.
Oh, don't worry. I'm fixing everything with resizing for the image. It's gonna be there soon.
Yeah, no, I don't remember the Roll20 portrait specifications.
I
It's a
too am a
square.
big fan of both Spawn and Ghost Rider being on the same team. That sounds fun to me.
Wax. When Ash gave me her concept, I was just like, oh, this is so fucking good.
I mean, that's how I'm interpreting it right now.
Yep. One moment. Let me see if I can easily do this as opposed to difficultly do this.
I'll just sit in the alleyway bleeding out longer.
I'll heal you on my turn.
Wait, who wants to go next?
I'll probably go so I can heal Izzy.
Mhm.
Yeah, okay, go for it, Boogeyman.
Yeah, and I'm gonna kind of see him like, oh, we got a new player in town, huh? Neat. We'll worry about that in a minute. I'm like, what was it, Randy?
Yeah. What's it to you?
I don't know. You seem to get a lot of gripe from your team there.
Everyone's
But you
got to
seem
start
pretty
somewhere.
lively. What?
Everyone's got to start somewhere.
Yeah. Nice vital energy there. Perfect. I just shoot a chain, like, so, Ash, for me, like, a chain of, like, green hellfire just appears from under my coat. I just lash it out at him, and I'm gonna use, let's see, where is it? I'm gonna use Ferryman's Toll on him.
Okay, that has been uploaded. You hitting Randy?
I'm hitting Randy.
Awesome. Ash, you're going to very quickly get a new character sheet with a new icon. I just need to finish building it.
You are all good. I should have sent it to you beforehand, but I was futzing.
All right.
Completely reasonable because this is great.
I'm sorry this isn't going to heal you more, is he? Randy, unless he has any dumb reactions, is going to take 3 damage. I'm going to take nothing, and Izzy will recover 6.
That's fine. Gets me out of red.
Randy does not have any dumb reactions.
Okay.
Cool.
You said
All right.
3 damage, Wex?
Yeah. And again, so I'm just like, I'm doing that and just like pointing my other arm the other way, and just that energy as it flows into me is just flowing into Izzy out of me.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good.
Let's see.
All right, Ash, you should have the new sheet to drag your new icon out from.
Hell yeah, baby!
I want to see the name. I want to see the name.
Can I?
This
Okay,
is
hold
also
up.
the moment in which I actually reveal all of your whisper channels to each other.
Yay! Sorry, please? Okay, no, that's... What are you doing, Roll20?
Your name is Helen Flems?
I'm going to
Oh,
die.
I get the pun.
No. Okay, I will help
Please?
here.
I am so sorry. Wait, no, I got it! Yeah!
Oh, I didn't change the name. I need to change the name.
Ruth
Guys,
Ann Lives. Nope, that's not right.
Nope.
Hold up a minute! Oh,
There we go. I was trying to edit at the same time you were.
I'm just... Is it... Wait, hold up a second.
She can
It's
teleport.
not showing as different on mine.
Why is it not?
I still see Ruth Ann Lives.
Yeah.
Come
I
on,
don't
man.
know.
Roll20, why are you dumb?
It hates me.
I think
Why
I know how
is
to
it-
fix it.
Also, if you want, you can post the pictures and visual aids so that, like,
Yeah, I'm gonna do that right now.
Did I save changes successfully? Roll20, what? 1 minute.
It's doing the fantastic thing of it's showing on the sheet
There you
the
go.
name,
Fixed.
but when I pull it,
Satanic shot.
yeah,
Oh my god.
you see a very fancy looking lady in full suit attire, with a shot to hell fedora, a very shiny gun, devil horns, far too many teeth, and a demon's tail.
Yep.
Oh,
Oh my goodness.
this lady looks like she came from a similar school of hard knocks that I came from.
Yeah, Mr. Conductor's gonna cough up blood and just say, not more vigilantes.
Hey, lady, I like your style. You here to help?
Trying.
There we go.
See, so I know your archetype. I'm curious what your origin is.
Don't worry about it.
It's all good. It's fine. You'll reveal yourself with your abilities soon enough.
Yep. Also, Boogeyman, who's up next?
Did Satanic Shot go already?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
All right. Let's see what the environment has to play with.
Let's see what the city of Chicago wants to do this turn. Roll them dice. That's a pretty unimpressive roll. Yeah, honestly, I'm gonna say these are not coworkers who are named. These are just generic, like annoying reporters come in. Kathy calls
City
to
of
back up.
Chicago, as your lord, I expect more from you.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Kathy and Daniel are doing their job of being obnoxious and going after Harmony and Order right now because that's who they were told to be annoying to. Oh, those two are completely messed up. They got flashed right in the face with cameras.
Hell yeah, baby, hell yeah!
-3 hinder on Harmony and Order.
Good.
Yay!
As long as those two are, I'd rather those two be a non-factor.
And Lucas comes charging and going, guys, you won't believe what? Oh my god, what's going on?
Can he please run it next to me bleeding on the ground?
Yes,
A
he
police
can.
officer hit a man with a car. Unprovoked.
You're gonna pass the lieutenant.
Technically the truth.
I swear I am telling you the truth, that a police officer hit a man with a car without provocation.
So you hear briefly from Harmony, is like, I'm sorry, everyone. Mr. Conductor, you're incorrect. This is no longer a legal assembly. A judge has ruled against... Oh, she rolled high enough to give Mr. Conductor a -1 hinder.
Oh god.
Nick, I think I need to take a -2 hinder from her.
You absolutely do.
Is Mr. Conductor ever not just buried in hinders?
Either buried in hinders or targeted.
No, you're
Please
either
know what
buried
you
in
do now.
hinders or you're actively dying.
That's right. You did watch all the videos. You know.
Just not
Order,
episode 1.
meanwhile, is also pulling out a revolver and saying, now that the police have arrived, this is now a crime scene. Please, I insist, everyone, that everyone put your hands in the air and surrender. She gets no one. Everyone's ignoring her.
I'm glad she's admitted that it only became a crime scene once the police showed up.
Yep.
Oh my god.
You know what? They're going to give it to Foundry.
All right, we have 2 successes to get these people out of here.
Yeah, I think we're gonna keep working on that. Let's see. I think the best thing I can do is just kind of keep shoving the mass of cops back and just kind of like firing smoke, deploying cover, just kind of like blocking line of sight as best I can.
Sounds perfect.
That sounds pretty principled defender to me.
Yep.
And let's see. And we'll throw a +2 at this.
That's good.
Okay, that is all right. Well, sadly, that's just short of a double, but that's an 11.
Yep. You get some more people out.
All right.
Foundry, who's next?
Well, I don't have a whole lot of good choices.
Remember, we're delaying the protesters as long as possible.
Let's give it to Sal
With his baseball bat?
with his baseball bat.
Peanut butter jelly and a baseball bat?
Peanut butter jelly and a baseball bat.
I swear to God, if he runs across the street to just hit me with a baseball.
No. Let me see here. Who? Patty's dealing with you. It makes no logical sense for Sal to do this to Foundry's like, oh, you're the guy I've been hearing about. Let's see how well you tango at the Boogeyman.
Ooh, big man with the bat. Hey, gotta tell you, the Cubs game was last week, buddy.
Oh, I know. If I was playing, they'd have won.
Someone in the crowd. The Cubs suck. Another person in the crowd. Fuck you. The Cubs are the best.
I know that. I'm like, you suck. Support your team.
All right. Ooh, so he's actually coming in and clocking the boogeyman upside the head and throwing him around. Boogeyman, 12 damage.
All right.
Sal is defended 6 against all attacks until his next turn. That damage is dealt to the boogeyman.
He doesn't.
Please don't hit him.
I was going to try to defend you by getting you out of the way.
I can take the damage right now.
Okay, then.
I was at full health and I can heal myself.
Sal
Just-
is passing it to the protesters.
Great.
Jerk.
One moment. 1, 2, 3. All right. Actually, Foundry. What are Pete and Freak doing? Because they are way smarter than the rest of this crowd.
They are basically.
They cannot do overcomes for you guys.
No, that's fine. They're probably like handing out like hoods and things like that to like help people not get ID'd as they flee.
Okay. I think they're gonna boost. I think that's a boost to one of the PCs. Who is that a boot? Which 2 PCs get boosted for overcomes next turn?
I mean, probably Izzy, right?
Yeah, let's say Mr. Conductor and
Sean, they seem to have the best chance of getting the overcomes off.
yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense especially with what they're doing. Yeah, I like that.
Sounds good. Mr. C +3 boost. Good Spirits +2 boost from Greasy Pete and Creek, handing out hoods and getting people roughly out of there. And then we have we have 6 enemies and 8 allied minions.
Oh boy.
So I think they're doubling up on Patty and Sal because those 2 are closest.
Oh wait, no, but any damage they take. Oh god.
Yes, Wax. I am in fact aware of what's going on here.
See, I have a dumb question now. If I had moved Wex into a different zone, would he still take this damage?
No, this is not an attack.
Can you defend the enemy from the attack and move them to a different
Well,
zone?
no. I mean, if I had moved him after Sal's attack to another zone, would he still take
I'm going
this
to actually say I think Villain takes priority here. You would not have moved him.
Okay, fair enough.
Boogeyman, you take 5 damage as Sal throws you in the way of these guys' fists and beer bottles and stones.
Ow.
God. I can't wait for Atwood to write the piece of the protesters throwing shit at Boogeyman.
Hey, I'm on your side. Oh, Jesus.
You gotta dodge better, man. It's just unbecoming. Patty defends himself against 1 instance of damage, takes the other instance, and he gets a boost.
You know, if he's this good at dodging balls, he's probably played for the Phillies.
Oh wait, actually his defend. Never mind, he takes 2 more damages, and his hinder's gone, because, yeah, he didn't completely defend. Let me just double check what everyone else has. Sal did that. Randy has jack shit in regards to defense. This is Randy. So Randy just gets clocked in the eye with a rock.
Poor baby. Poor baby.
Helen also gets hit pretty hard, but it does not hurt her as much.
Or does he only get 1 react to toss me in the way?
No, it is defend against all attacks until his next turn. Sal is incredibly rude. He is using you as a human shield.
He's a bully. Be a bully.
Nope. Different archetype, is he?
Darn it.
Oh man, I'm just gonna drag people over. So Randy got his 1. Helen got her 1, and then we have the attacks on Harmony and Order. Who still have hinders, actually, which is relevant.
Hell yeah, baby. Power of the press.
Tried telling you guys to. I just also love the minion swarm when we asked them to leave.
Yes,
remember-
I do. I was about to say that, Nick. I was going to wait to see what the damage was, but fuck you.
Harmony got hit for 5. Order got hit for 4.
That's what I. Yeah, fuck you.
Are you defending them?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Because you make bad choices.
I do make bad choices. I'm in yellow, right?
Yep.
Defending Harmony. Am I allowed to move her since she is technically hostile?
No, because she is hostile.
That's what I thought. Fine. Still defending her.
She actually would have saved just fine, and Order fails her save and gets downgraded to a D6.
Oh, Nick, does the hinder I had apply to that roll? I don't think it would because it is a hinder for, not
No, it does
divided
not
by
apply to
law.
this roll in the slightest.
That's what I thought.
And then it has to be Helen's turn. And, let's see here. Who does Helen dislike the most in this scene right now? No, honestly, she's here. She was here for Foundry's, like, really big guy. You think you're gonna pull this off this time? Awfully
You
brave.
got me before.
Look, we know how to handle you guys back in the precinct. Foundry gets hit by a persistent -3 hinder.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Okay.
Jesus.
She's the debuffer.
Oh no, I didn't select everything. Roll 20Y. Second round of yellow.
Who's acting first?
You have control, Nick.
I do. Let's see here. Who does Helen actually trust to do their damn job?
Nobody.
No, it's Patty. It's absolutely Patty.
You're not
Patty
fair.
is very
Fair.
good at his job.
Yeah. Is he hitting me and Lucas?
Yeah. He's trying to run down the guy he knows is going to cause the most problems. But it's actually a pretty bad roll this time. He gets a very bad roll this time.
Good.
Mr. C gets hit for 10.
That's a bad roll.
Yes.
We are being told very explicitly that this is not a combat encounter.
Yeah, we need to get these people out of here and fucking bail.
Patty has a very nice buff so long as he has allies.
Oh, that.
Glad you... no, Mr. C, you cannot defend... Oh, sorry, never mind. Yeah, so 10 damage to you, and Lucas is out. Sorry, Lucas.
Did you need convincing the cops are bad yet, Izzy?
Was I already in red when he took that damage?
Yes, because you would have been attacked first.
I gotta defend him.
Oh, actually, also, the other two guys who were trying to hit the wagon were in the way. Are you defending them as well?
Wait, are those ones minions?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, and Izzy, you can't use reactions against this.
Izzy, they're not dead. They're just knocked out. Please don't knock
Let
yourself out.
Lucas get knocked out.
So
Please.
you were saying we can't use reactions on
Yeah,
this?
use
This is
reactions, so it doesn't
usual
matter.
reactions.
Okay. Good. Oh, I'm sorry, these poor people.
No, not the person who takes pictures for the guy who writes smear campaign articles.
Well,
no.
the two protesters getting hit by a police car, I feel like needs to make center page news.
It definitely does. And speaking of center page news, Patty's passing to Ruth.
Oh, excellent.
You mean satanic shot?
I mean satanic shot.
Yes, no. There's a bond. there isn't a bond hint. Quick question. If I use sorry, I need to find where the thing is. This ability, can I make 2 boosts for 2 separate people?
Yes.
Cool. Who did we say were 2 of the best people to do overcomes?
Sean and
Mr. C and Good Spirits are the two who are getting it right now.
Cool.
I'm pretty good on boosts though at the moment.
If you want to boost me, I'm going to use the boost to heal Izzy up.
Cool. Then I will target the Boogeyman and Mr. C, respectively. So that ability. Can I imagine that I am making how does this make sense to explain in the universe?
I mean, just imbue me with goddamn like infernal energy. That will take care
Yeah,
of a
no,
lot on my
that's
end.
fair. I think I'm gonna toss up my hat, shoot it, and as sparks fly, there's like a version of Satanic Shot that shows up by Mr. C and by the Boogeyman. And it looks for a second like they're going to shoot you, but when you get shot, you instead get filled with some type of mystic energy.
Perfect.
Could I use finesse for this?
Mystic, I think, is probably Harrowed Journalist because of Harrowed.
You know what? That's so fair. Okay. Let's go, baby. Okay, that's 4.
That's a +2 to both of them.
Nice.
Yay.
+2 ain't nothing.
Yep.
Cool. And I will pass to the Boogeyman.
All right. All right. Like I said, I'm keeping Mr. C up. That is my job right now. So we're just Randy has no bullshit, and I just feel like shitting on Randy.
Randy deserves to be shit on.
It's like, ooh, that's a new flavor of Underworld. Where's that one come from, huh? Ah, it doesn't matter. Randy's gonna get a taste of it. Isn't that right, Randy?
Randy just goes, no.
I think so. The flames, by the way, are going to be slightly tinted red because of the infernal energy.
Oh, absolutely.
Yay.
Ooh, there we go.
Ooh.
So it's only going to be 2 to Randy. I'm going to heal up 7,
Nice.
and Izzy heals 12.
Well, out of red.
Yep.
Until the car hits him again.
Alright, it's me again.
To be young again, eh, Mr. C? As I assume Randy's life slightly drains away, maybe looking a little older.
I'm just
Randy
going
has
to-
already started graying, and he's only 23.
Yeah,
I'm kind of like chuckling a little maniacally to myself.
I will give you a thumbs up on my back with the like blood streaks having come out of me, entire track marks from where Paddy Wagon hit me the first and second time.
All right, I'm passing to I'm actually going to pass to Good Spirits because I want to see how well he does on his roll.
Yeah.
Because if you do well and if you get a exceptional, everyone's out, right? Like,
No,
Yeah.
Everyone of the like protesters are out if he gets it.
which means we could pass to Mr. C and get the fuck out of here.
Yep.
So I'm
Sean
going
does
to
well.
use Principle of Chaos, this time summoning up various animals to help, which are going to be thrown the costumes and disguises I had been given by, I forget if it was Greasy Pete or Creek, to further hand out and spread.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good.
Boost from minions, that's going to be a +1. That's going to be, since this one rolls twice, only a 5, which is a +2. So that's +3, +2 from the assist earlier. So that is a +5.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to send one more peril point for +6 just to help with the to try and get out of here.
Sounds good.
Did I not click roll dice? I thought I clicked roll dice.
Well, if you did, it didn't load for me.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh, there we
that
go.
is a 14.
Yes.
All right, so
Yeah, baby.
I'm assuming all of you are also running, and so all of the allied minions are out now because everyone's like, no, bail, 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 bail.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I-
I don't think we
I
really
think-
need
I
to
mean-
stick around.
And if we get to, I think it's passed to Izzy. Izzy gets the few of us outs that don't really have ways to get out, and everyone movement powers just fucking bail.
Yep.
Which I believe movement powers is Sean and Dan. I don't know if Satanic Shot has a movement power, but Satanic
Wouldn't
Shot
you
is
like to know, Weather Boy?
I would like to, if we can, pick up the 3 down civilians so that we get them to hospital or whatever.
Nick, can I just do that if it's my turn?
No, you actually have a carry limit.
Yeah.
I mean,
I can probably help with some of that.
Yeah,
I mean,
Foundry can do an overcome to get them out.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Oh, I'm not in red, so I actually can't get multiples of us out right now.
Can you get any of us out?
He can get 3 people out.
Okay, so
Okay, so are we carrying about turn order still, it sounds like.
Yeah, we are.
They are trying to knock out Mr. C.
all right, so Mr. C can take 3 other people other than himself.
Yep.
So Izzy, you got to just take everyone but Foundry.
Yeah.
Well, what about the knockdown people?
I'd be honest, they are probably going to at least get medical attention at some point.
And Foundry can
you can
overcome to
take-
try and get them out.
You can leave me behind with Foundry as well. I'm at full health,
Okay.
and I
So
can
what-
run.
So why don't you take one of them and get me and Satanic Shot out of here? Satanic Shot and I can have a little conversation.
I
Especially since I'm fairly observant and I'm going to definitely notice that gun.
Yep.
Okay, I guess I will overcome us out of here then.
can I
So I'm passing
resist
to
getting
Mr.
pulled?
C.
You
Oh,
can
you don't wanna
choose
come
not
over?
to join in on getting pulled.
I mean, honestly, I don't kind of want to take Satanic Shot because Vigilante. I don't know who. Well, I know who this person is, but I'm not taking them. I'll take Boogeyman and these 2 civilians.
That works.
All right. Nice. Time to leave. I'm going to say, and I'm going to grant all aboard. Once again, Principle of Clockwork. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna disperse peacefully, like you've told me, lady. And I'd like to burn my +5 on this. Do I have to take the -2 as well, Nick?
Yes.
I am listening to what she's saying.
Yep. She's saying everything is going to get worse if you continue resisting arrest. That adds just more charges to you. Please stop.
Well, it was a pleasure to do our active duty as citizens, officers. I kind of point around. Boy, you sure make the world a better place. Huh?
That is a 11.
That's still enough to get everyone out for that. Yeah, like
okay.
you guys are fine. I'm not going to roll the rest of the things. Foundry and Good Spirits are not going down. They could theoretically go down, but that's not fun under advanced assault from all 4 cops.
It's also
Wait.
pretty unlikely.
Are Greasy Pete and Creek still here, or did they also GTFO?
Oh shit, no, they're also minions. They GTFO'd. I'm just leaving them here so I can copy them into a different sheet. 1 minute.
Fair enough.
Random token. Actually, you know what? No. These 2, now that they have names, get to live over near where Gamma and Iota do in the allies section of the main dock.
Hell yeah.
There's the thing of I think we could have actually theoretically taken them if that was what we were focusing on instead.
Oh, for sure.
absolutely.
Clearly what nobody wanted to do.
But we had a new potential ally who we don't know the capabilities of, and we had a lot of people to get the fuck out of there.
Yep.
Your allied minions were giving you a ton of damage.
But
Which is
again,
one of the reasons why you absolutely could have taken them if you chose to attack rather than overcome. But you overcame as heroes, saving people who were at risk.
yeah, that's what we do. Like, we help them. We needed to help these people from, like, we could have taken them, but probably a lot of people would have gotten hurt.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So people would have died. Absolutely.
3 people
Yep.
did get hurt. They were hit by a car.
Yep. And now the boogeyman gets to give them first aid.
I mean, yeah. I'm. Do I have to roll for that, or can I just do it?
No, you can just do it. It fucking hurts because, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I'm transferring some of my life force into them to stabilize them.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't really know how to do that.
I was just gonna like say okay and drop them off at the hospital that is farthest away from this location within Chicago limits.
But I'll give them
Right.
enough to like stabilize them so they
I'm
can
also
receive
going to
proper
say
treatment.
you get +1 overcome for protest succeeds from police violence.
Yeah. Nick, I'm actually going to, as soon as we hit the hospital, drop these guys off. Call my officer friend, and I'd like to have him use an overcome to make sure these guys get the treatment they need.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Officer Marty Sloan. I'm going to negate that minor twist.
Nice.
Sounds good. Officer Sloan actually cares, but this is like, we need to make sure these people are properly taken care of, and goes in to make sure the hospital does their job for that.
Thank you, Officer Sloan. I owe you one. Ugh.
Okay, so are we out of combat time then?
You are out of combat time. You guys have free roleplay time until we end session. Normally that's around 10:30, depending on when Wex and Dan need to sleep.
I'm off
Yeah,
tomorrow. I don't give a fuck.
I do.
So just have some roleplay with, like, you've met a new vigilante ally.
That's actually what I want to follow up the role play with, because I know how Mr. C works and Ash doesn't.
Ash
Oh, Ash does.
Ash-
Satanic Shot doesn't.
Satanic Shot
necessarily.
doesn't. That's
Yeah,
fair. That's very fair.
Ash, listen to the recordings. She knows fucking exactly
I
how
know. So I turn. I'm like, "Hey, Mr. C, I think we got a new friend in town. Maybe. Think we can do a little train spotting?
What do you mean, Rocco?
It's trying to be funny. Let's follow her. Let's see what she's about. See if we can talk to her."
Actually, this is a better question for Nick. Nick, would I have realized during combat that, Ruth, someone who I was keeping an eye on, disappeared, and where she disappeared, Satanic Shot showed up? Would I already know who she is at this point? Is the question.
Give me an intuition and awareness roll.
Did I boost him?
No.
Okay.
This is just a straight roll. If he gets any success, even with a minor twist, he notices. If he doesn't, he doesn't.
Intuition, so I'm assuming no principle then.
No principle.
Insight and what you said?
Awareness?
At least intuition and awareness.
Yeah, or
Oh.
you know, those ones, the ones that you have for that.
So awareness and intuition are both powers,
Kind of.
and alertness and insight are qualities. Take your pick. I don't care which one they are. I have them all.
I'm grabbing Mr. C. Give me a second.
Oh, so are we back to green or are we in yellow still?
Alertness and awareness, then, Izzy. You're in what your HP is right now.
What am I? Should have just left me in the red.
I didn't know how long the fight. Look, you're fine. You're fucking fine.
Okay, so Mr. C knows what's up.
Okay, do you share this with me?
Yeah, I have no reason not to.
Okay, I'm like,
I'm like, I can take you. I'll know who she is if you want it. If you want me to take you to her.
oh,
Are we? Can we wait for the rest of the group, or do you just want to do this 1v1?
I mean, let me ask the group out of character. How do you guys want to handle this? Like, what's most dramatic?
Might as well grab the group.
Yeah, I feel like this is let's kind of do a whole group on this one.
Yeah, that works.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Let's. I say let's wait for a moment when it looks like we can. Do we want to? So let me ask the group. Do we want to talk to Satanic Shot or Ruth?
I didn't say it was Ruth. I said I know who she is and I can take us to her.
Okay. Oh, you haven't told me who it is then.
No.
All right, then in that case, I would say let's not wait. Then we're just gonna go.
Yeah. Ash, where would you go after this fight to be in
I would say that Good Spirits and Foundry would notice this, that Satanic Shot just cocks or takes a shot. Tiny little portal opens up. She ducks out of it. I would say she would go home to the dormitory housing that she stays at. And just be like in her room, writing up some of the articles, developing some of the pictures.
Tiny little apartment.
Tiny, very tiny.
You have a studio.
Can we even
is it even that nice? Is it even a studio?
It claimed it was a studio when you rented it.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I'm not going. We've learned if I, get close to, apartment buildings, people fucking hear me. So I will drop us off nearby a subway station.
Yeah,
Are we
Do
doing
you
this?
therefore wait if you're going to have to do that? Wait to get the party or no?
Oh yeah, no. I'm waiting for the party.
Yeah.
We're doing this as a group. It's the question of: is Foundry going in full Mac or is he going in, mini mask?
I feel like we don't need another instance of Foundry Max standing awkwardly outside.
Yeah, I think where the subtlety is a little more appropriate here.
Okay. Yeah, I will drop us off nearby a subway stop, outside, and then we can just do some alleyway sneaking.
Especially because like the cops are probably like actively out looking for me at the moment.
Are you telling us yet who she is, or like I'm just waiting for the dramatically appropriate moment for this?
Yeah, no, so as we're coming around a corner, I'm gonna be like, okay, so I just blanked on not in character. I would have blanked on telling you who it is. I'm just like, okay, so she's up in her apartment building, 3rd floor, 2nd door on the right. It's like one of the corners, so she gets good light. I'm gonna say pointing upwards.
All right, let's go say hello. There's probably some fire escapes we can climb.
Just knocking
Right?
on the window.
Yeah, basically.
You look outside and you see.
You knock on the window. I look outside. I see 4 notorious criminals. I move my camera and open the window.
And my eyes go wide a little bit, and then I look at you and I look at Mr. C, and I'm just like, really? That was pertinent. You don't think that was pertinent information?
Mr. C just fell down the fire escape.
What?
I
He's
rolled agility
very
and I rolled a
injured.
2.
Oh, do we have to roll?
No, you don't. Izzy chose to roll, and Mr. C is very injured right now.
I mean, the hat's pretty much. I mean, the hat's pretty much a dead giveaway. You didn't notice that?
We're just saying that in front. And yeah, the gun's got the runes on it too, doesn't it? Oh, I'm sorry. How's it going, Miss Lies? Or what did you call yourself out there exactly?
I didn't really
We never heard a
pencil in
name.
I never really penciled in a name per se. I just been doing it kind of a week. I was thinking Shitonic Shot, but I'm not really quite sold on it.
Hmm.
I presume that's what you're referring to.
I nod. I'm like, so when you said were very curious, there were a couple layers there, huh?
Well, I didn't lie about anything. I did get the gun, and the gun isn't exactly a normal gun.
I look at the others. I'm like, tell me something, Ruth, Satanic Shot, whatever you want to go with. However you got these powers, that's a conversation for a little later. How do you feel about what's happening in this city, huh? About what's going on here? Let me ask, what was your plan out there?
My plan out there was to continue doing my investigative work, but this fucker, I open a drawer on my desk and the gun's there, and I just glare at it as I say this fucker. Had different ideas, personally. I'm not really the hero type. I'm more of a... Like, I'm a muckraker through and through. And that's what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to find out things and kind of shed a light on them.
You don't think the magical hell gun might help with that a little?
I mean, it could help if it didn't have so many goddamn opinions.
You know, I'd laugh if I didn't hang out with certain company.
It's an ornery little bastard, truly. But I also couldn't really get rid of the gun if I wanted to. It kind of, can't really... Well, I tried to get rid of it, and it kind of just found its way back. So I was hoping that maybe it would like one of you people, but it's a persnickety little bastard.
Yeah, the rest of us got too much baggage to add a hell gun onto it.
I mean, if you want, I'm gonna say finally, like pulling myself in. Like, honestly, vigilantism is a terrible thing. You should not do it. You should stick to doing good, honest work. I can take the gun and send it to a different realm if you want.
I
Doesn't
mean,
that take one of your fancy tickets, conductor?
I mean, not if not if I send it to the Magic Railway. I'm sure Mr. Station Master can deal with it.
I mean, have you ever tried, like, banishing demons with that sort of shit?
Demons aren't real.
Look at you, I'm like, really? After... You know what? Let's extend a little olive branch, and this actually might be a good place to stop. I'm like, how'd you like to get a drink?
I'm not on the job, so why not?
I know, I happen to know a pretty good place.
I'm going to look at you and say, Boogie Man, you can't honestly be insinuating what I think you're going to be insinuating.
All I'm
Like,
saying is we
trying
go...
to be clever and secretive, or are we just going to,
No,
are we going to be dropping all this?
No, we're going to be secretive. We're going to get a drink at this very nice bar that we protect.
Yeah, I don't think I care enough about things, so I'm going to shapeshift back into at least a cat.
Yeah.
And decide, and actually also probably decide walking is for other people and just rest on someone's shoulders.
Yeah. Actually,
For
I'm
comedies,
gonna tell talk to Miss Bean, like, look, I see some opportunity here. We keep things hidden for now. Go ahead and tell the bar to close early. We'll be the only patrons there. As this for now. All right?
Are you suggesting that we ask her to join our little group?
I'm suggesting that I see potential right now. And I think we should at least follow up on it. Are you all the one that's always saying that you want to see good and inspiration in others? And let's be frank, do you really want to let a reporter with a gun from hell run around unchecked?
That's a valid point, but at the end of the day, if she's doing good work, she doesn't need to use the gun. That's going to take her down a dark path. And
In all fairness, you get a choice always when the gun wants to work. I feel like that's being that I kind of danced around that, and that didn't say the same thing. And okay, I look at Good Spirits cat form and go, and don't fucking steal my hat again.
Yeah, won't have a need to lure you into an alley again.
I'm also going to turn to conductor. I'm like, conductor, with the good and evil comment. Need I remind you, you hang out with a fairy king, a literal dead guy, and a guy who pilots around a mech he built out of a cop car. I don't think we got stones to throw about morality at some point here.
none of
I
you
remind
are,
you that
none
while
of you
I
are, none of you are claiming that you're talking to an inanimate object that is controlling your actions.
To be I know the gun doesn't talk back. It's just a stress relief thing because it's really fucking annoying when it starts moving around on its own.
Conductor, you talk the trains. You know none of us can hear you talk the trains, right? You don't see the irony
also
in this.
Wait, you can't?
nah,
No.
though I appreciate the compliment, but title's Prince, not King.
Apologies, Tom. My bad. Yeah. Yeah. See, we've never been able to hear the trains. You just kind of talk at them, and it's really weird.
You've never heard any of Henry's jokes?
I'm sorry to break it to you. No, I assume he's a very funny green engine. Is he? Is that the green one?
It's the big green one, yeah.
But no, I've not heard anything.
I'm just going to look at. Fine, I'll go tell them to close up early. And I'm going to try shimmying my way down the fire escape again.
Like I said, I know a good place.
I fall on my ass.
Amazing.
Thematic.
So do we
To
end up?
show off, I think I need to do like a flip and transform mid-air to have legs again, or rather to be human form again.
Right, he just does that. Noted.
Yeah, he can. It's pretty natural for him. Happens when you're a. Well, when you're what he is, but that's his. That's him for him to tell you. Come on, let's go get a drink. We can. I feel like we got a lot to talk about.
Yeah,
enough.
might as well get a get out of the way that I'm an immortal fae who's been recently appointed Lord of Chicago.
Yeah.
I very much appreciate the straightforwardness. There will be several follow-up questions.
Can we keep? Let's keep him off the record for now. All right.
Listen, I know not everything that I'm told needs to be published, you hear? I just like answers.
Let's just talk.
I think that's a good point for us to call it for this session.
I agree. And I do have like a question out of game before we like kind of leave off on that, and just something to think about before next session. Just kind of how do we want the cadence of the story to go? Like, inevitably in a meta sense, yes, Ashy will join us, but how do you want that to kind of go? Do you want it to be a reluctant thing where you don't really join right away, or do you want it to be like based on how the conversation goes? I just want to know what's like sounds most interesting story wise for you.
For me, based on conversation, definitely is fun. I feel like Ruth very much wants to be helping out the team and is very much like, oh yeah, I can do all these reporter things.
Okay.
She is very much though like a Herod journalist who found a weird item. She doesn't like using the weird item. The weird item just gets used.
Right.
Mr. Conductor will constantly be there to help you, not use the weird item.
Well, and that's like I said, that's why I want to know like how the cadence of the story goes, because I think that affects how much we reveal about ourselves too. Like, we're going to the bar to talk as our hero selves. We are not necessarily revealing our identities yet.
Oh,
I mean, I don't really have something to like worry about there.
No, but like a lot of like the other three of us do.
Yeah, like Tom will be fairly open book.
Excellent. One person in this party needs to be. But
Tom
no, I
is,
think
moreover, you have to think to ask a question to get an answer because he's not going to necessarily think to say it unless prompted.
Well, like I said, for me, if you want to do it by the conversation, I think this also is based on the conversation. Like how much we think we can trust you with identities is a thing as well.
very fair.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like if we thought you were going to join the team, sure, but if you're just going to be like, I'm going to help the team at first, that might be like, you know, it really is just like, I don't want this to necessarily be like, you know, you seem trustworthy.
Yeah, no, I totally get that. I'm very much willing to go it on based on conversation, but Ruth generally is just like, I'm a very good reporter. I can do all these things via reporting and other stuff. I am happy to help the team, but like I'm not very confident in my heroing abilities, and I don't know how reliable they are.
Okay. Well, that sounds like a great place to start our next game.
That sounds fantastic to me. Thank you all recording. We're going offline. I hope everyone enjoyed.
Yeah.
Yep.
Night.
Grown.
Thank you,
I like-
Izzy.
I appreciate simply the fact that your character has given Izzy another conniption about being on this team.
It was great because Sean was like, how do you think you're going to get along with the characters? And I'm like, honestly, I feel like it's going to be 50-50 so much with every single person. It's going to be like, oh, you're cool for this thing. And I fucking hate you now.
Had to be another
Plus.
magic bullshit character.
Yeah. Foundry.
No. Reluctant magic bullshit character.
But still magic bullshit.
Very
Yeah,
important.
I mean, I was telling Sean that my powers should just be guns and gumption. So I did have to name an ability of that.
It was great. Anyway, good night recording.